Hello, and welcome back to episode 7. This is the School of Nerdcraft and Dungeonry. I am your headmaster, Magic Sheeb, and this is Magic Academy. Welcome back. Glad to see you here, and excited to continue on our exciting journey through Exandria. Of course, we want to say thank you to Mountain Shade Village and Journey Adventures, who has helped make this possible and pushed all of us to really be our best selves and get outside of our comfort zone. I know it's done wonders for me. Again, I'll add them in the Discord in the bio next time. Not this time, because I forgot again. Someone needs to remind me, because after 4 hours, I forget. I could see Trini typing already. And with that, let's head over to our beautiful Tipsy the Tiger for Discord events.
Just Tipsy the Tiger, I've upgraded. Good evening, everyone.
I'll pull out the honey trap.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You get that honey trap out of here. We have our streamer doing the usual 3-day-a-week streams. So tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central, you can find Churney on the Purple app, streaming some more Riven, which is the sequel to Mist. Been a great time with that. And also tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I will be streaming on the Mountain Shade Village Discord. I'll be streaming another session of Boyfriend Dungeon as I try really hard to get to the final new weapons. So that's at 7 o'clock Central Time tomorrow in the Discord. Then on Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Central, Chaotic Nerd Boy will be hosting some more Jackbox Pack 9. Since the new pack has come out, they are hosting the new games. That will also be in the Mountain Shade Village Discord. On Friday, Churney will be back at 8 o'clock a.m. Central with Mountain Arena, playing some mix of games on the Purple app. And on that same day, Friday at 7 o'clock p.m., we have Cartographer's Corner with our very own Lore. She's going for the whole theme they have is food and gathering, so they'll be making a cozy tavern. On Saturday, bright and early at 8 o'clock Central in the morning, we have Dark Souls with Leaked Prism. He's venturing into the dangers that is Dark Souls 1. And that is all we have in Mount Shade Village this week. Back to you, Magic Daddy.
Said so sweetly. Just warms me up.
Warms the cockles of your cold heart.
Very cold.
Hello, Magic Daddy.
Please take us on an adventure, Magic Daddy.
Please, Magic Daddy, we want to traumatize your warlock, Magic Daddy.
Where last we left off, our adventurers were traveling along the road from Jagao to Bozosin. They had a few encounters along the way to the Emerald Caravan, where once there, they found their rivals once again traveling along behind them. Avoiding them, they took a quick stop at the shop, stocked up on a few supplies, and then got to talk to some of the local legends and had a sweet interaction with Peter, asking about where their mother might have been. From there, the conversation took a turn as the two parties, the rivals in our party, butted heads face to face, and both had terse words and fond words for each other as they kind of come to pass and learn what each other's party is doing. From there, the moon was shown above, turned ruidous for just a second, shown full. The blood moon shone over them, causing some strange happenings, making life a little bit difficult before taking off their rest of the way to Bozosin. Upon arriving Bozosin, they saw several gibbering mouthers attacking the front gates. Running to the aid, while the rival party ran off to the infirmary as instructed, they helped the locals and the guardsmen whose name I already forgot.
But I bet he was hot.
Varen Thelus. Varen Thelus. A very tall drow elf wielding a giant javelin spear-like thing. And right before the session ended, we saw a beautiful dark elf woman with a kind of flowing, draping dress coming from behind the side of the building, looking to the party and going, "Ah, Naday, I've been expecting you."
Mother?
Please. That old crone couldn't cut it anymore.
What?
Do I look
No.
like your mother?
No. What?
Varen, please take these bodies to the crematorium before they turn into something else.
You've grown up so fast.
Oh, so you do remember me?
How do I forget my little sister?
There we go. Sweet Naday, running back home.
What happened?
Huh. Well, that's a tall question. Nothing you would remember since you left.
Why don't you enlighten me?
Well, I'm quite busy.
Not busy enough to not welcome myself and my friends.
Oh, I wanted to make sure you had a warm welcome in your hometown. I know things have changed a little bit.
Yes, I'm not used to your new friends. Though
Oh.
I know that you don't want them here any more than we do.
These guards?
You know damn well what I meant.
Oh, don't worry. The monsters are not my doing.
I know they're not. But at this point I look at the party and I just say, it's been 5 years, but I'd like to introduce you to my little sister.
Hello.
What happened to Mother?
Short story. Once the monsters started pouring out of Betrayer's Rise, she lost a little bit of her faith, and so I showed her it, just a little bit.
I'm sorry. You wanna clarify that for me?
Wow.
She's closer to Baphomet now. As she says this, a couple of the guards kind of come up. They look a little scared, and they grab some of the monsters and start heading them off towards an area where you see some billowing smoke, which you assume is the crematorium.
Well, friends, this is Caleb.
My name is Caleb.
Pleasure. I think.
I sort of run this bitch.
I just, in this moment of, first of all, not recognizing, like, she was practically not a baby at all, but like so much younger and so much different when I left, and much more gentle. This personality shift is a lot, and I'm trying very hard to just keep a brave face, but it is washing over me that this is not the person I left 5 years ago. And I just stand stock straight and I say, well, we are here to for our own personal business, and I told my friends that we were in search of a temple that would worship darker gods, and your home was the first place I thought of. And then we found out about the monsters.
Yes, well, we do have a new place. It's next to the entrance of Betrayer's Rise. It's a beautiful church.
You changed churches.
Yes, it's still to Baphomet, but
Well, no, I gathered that, but
the old church
Mother
in
would-
town just wouldn't do, and some nasty furball has taken place in it.
Furbolg?
Yeah, a little troll-like creature. Always talking of meditations and prayers. Dreadful little twat.
Uh-huh. I look back at my party like, please fucking help me. Like, just so
Well, I think we'd better go talk to somebody else now. Thank you, bye. And Peter loops his arm around Nadea's elbow and tries to walk out. He doesn't
my
know what
gosh.
to do in
I
this
think
situation.
I'm so numb and so like,
Let's go, everybody.
and I go with you, but you feel my feet like dragging ever so slightly as like I keep looking at her.
She turns around and kind of coyly does one of those like soft chin turns as she pulls out one of those 70s, more like 80s longs cigarette sticks and starts smoking
Like-
as she starts going
Like
down.
Cruella de Vil.
Cruella de Vil-esque, yes. As she
What
starts
the fuck did you do to my sister?
walking down into the darkness, and you see Verin come up and go, yes, that was Calum. She is, she's not in charge of the guard, but she does help.
She's a lot.
We don't really disturb her. We kind of
That's
have an
probably
agreement.
for the best.
Yeah.
I would like it to be noted that Marcella's trying to
I
mimic the chin
am
thing.
just
Like, I don't understand.
Not holding onto your arm, Peter. My arm is like limp in your grasp.
Oh yeah, my arm is at a tight right angle, and like he is very tense.
So how long have the monsters been here now?
Let's see. They've been here for, and I believe we settled that you've been out of town for about 20 years, correct?
20 years? Yeah, I think I might have accidentally said 5 years at some point, but 5 years in like Elven time is truly so different. Like
True,
when you think
true.
about it. So I think it didn't feel like 20 years, but it has been 20 years.
Okay.
Like my mind is like, I've been gone for a few years, and I come back and Kellum is a full-grown woman, and I'm just like, fuck.
You and I've been together for 5
And
years.
Laura, if you're saying something, we cannot hear you.
Oh, I can hear them.
I heard Laura.
I can't hear Laura. That's weird.
Hello.
I hear them.
Oh well, great. Yeah, we're our first technical issue of the night. I cannot hear Laura.
Make sure their audio's turned up in there.
Try it now, Laura.
Hello.
Hi. For some reason, I had to like mute you and unmute you again. Please say the thing.
I was just gonna let you know that you and I've been together for 5 years. So,
Yes, we've been
that's
together
where
for
our
5
is.
years, which has felt like nothing to me. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
because you're an elf.
because I'm an elf.
What is time?
The monsters came pouring out 18 years ago.
It's been 18 years of this?
Yes. The previous leader of the Baphomet cult had. They were trying to find something in Betrayer's Rise. I'm not really sure what, and something happened. A big red flash came out of it. The sky turned scarlet crimson for 5 days straight, and they started pouring out. But they don't come out of the gates. The gate's locked. They come out of the chasm, out of the bottom.
I look at the group and I say 2 important things to note. The person who did that was my mother. who apparently is dead. So that's fun information I just received. Processing it very healthily, I assure you. My arm starts shaking in Peter's grasp.
I don't know whether to say I'm sorry for your loss or not, so I will just say it just in case. I am very sorry for your loss.
I am also sorry for my loss. She was not a terrible woman. We just fundamentally disagreed on some things. Whew. Secondly, my book told me something about the red, and seems like a lot of red going on.
Yes. I would
So
say
my
that...
mother unearthed something, which of course she did, because that's just what she always wanted, was to keep finding new things.
Well, if you don't mind, we could use some help getting the last of these bodies over to the crematorium.
Yeah. I'm not very good at that. And I kind of look at Damrose with like a help me look. Like very much like, please carry the things I can't.
And if you need to rest up, the Ready Inn is also a very nice inn as well.
Yeah. Do you all want to help them and go rest?
Nade, I think you're good if you want to go lie down. We can take care of this.
I don't sleep.
True, but it might be good to rest. You just had a lot of information. You just had a lot of big information dumped upon you. I would understand if you would not want to assist in moving bodies.
Moving bodies might be the most normal thing that's happened to me today.
All right, then let's move some corpses.
Let's move some corpses.
Let's move some corpses.
Let's move
Yeah!
some corpses.
Oh my god. As you guys start picking up some of the gibbering mouthers that were on the ground, you see the gates of the Bezosin close and a line of 10 Aurora guards marching in a jog formation to the front of the gates, keeping tempo by singing about the ways that they'll die.
Oh, cool.
How mirthful.
So they're singing about the ways they'll die.
Yeah.
That's not tragic.
What fun, you know? It's. Are they just singing "Dumb Ways to Die"?
We went down in it. That's good.
It's more like, you know,
Dun, dun,
throat being slit open and
Oh.
dropping down into the chasm. It's pretty grim.
you could probably make it fit the melody.
Probably could, to be honest.
We'll write the parody. We can't say it here because then we'll get sued. But you know.
Yep.
As you walk off, Varen goes, and if you need to any more information, I'll be at the barracks or at the infirmary if you need anything.
Infirmary.
It's hard to say. Okay.
Thank you.
Infirmary.
No, he's right. It's hard to say.
Infirmary.
In-
Otherwise, he
in
sounds
the-
southern. I don't know.
It's
not
yeah,
happening.
it's hard to say.
Infirmary. Yeah. I think that this is what happens, and I do this with all the love in my heart to y'all. I start heading towards the inn, and I just gravitate back towards what was Velen. I'm sorry, Varen or Velen?
Varen.
Varen. I turn back to Varen, and I just say, can I just have a few minutes of your time?
Absolutely.
When did Kellum take over?
Oh, Caleb took over, about 6.5 years ago.
What is she like to you? Is she cruel? Is she...
Well, let's say, we don't have problems with guard anymore, because if not, we send them to her.
Oh.
And there's nothing
Magic.
worse than a 120-foot drop to the bottom of the chasm.
Magic, is it safe to say that Kellum was definitely not this type of person when I left 20 years ago.
Yeah, she was like a toddler, like 3 years old, spry and happy and...
I would like to go talk to her in the morning.
Oh, you want to talk to Caleb?
Yes.
Well...
You don't see the resemblance, do you?
Shit, are you... Ah, I remember the name.
Naday.
Naday, yes. Boy.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, they really did not talk about you much when you left. Your father took it pretty hard.
How is Gignus? Is he okay?
When we see him, he looks fine.
And she really did kill my mother. She killed a troll.
Yep. The whole town watched. Actually, it was very brutal. It was some crowning situation. Apparently, to be crowned for Baphomet, you have to kill your parent to get the role, and it was kind of like praying mantis like, but yeah. So.
All right, thank you for talking to me. I'm gonna go back to the hotel. I need to see me just walk straight ahead of everyone.
Are you all going to the crematorium, or are you splitting off in a day?
I guess we'll go to the crematorium first.
Yeah, because we're helping move these.
Wherever we're
corpses.
going, I will just sprint practically, like as fast as I can walk without running. And just like my purple skin has turned like a pale lavender.
As you guys start heading through the town, kind of dragging this corpse through kind of the center, you see off to the side, kind of looking, a weary drow mother sitting in the marketplace instructing the children on what to do if she dies. You see a teenage lawful neutral dwarf. You don't need the lawful neutral part. That's pointless. Sits in a dark corner weeping as she clutches a helm to her chest. And an old tiefling sobbing as he carries a small casket towards the crematorium you guys are also heading towards. On your way there, I should be able to grab you a map, and I'll pop it into chat just so you guys have it.
I would like to echo
That's not it.
a message from the
Lol.
chat. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
That's Nerd Boy going, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Yep, it sure is.
Was literally my favorite praying mantis like, and
I just saw Morcella's hands just boom, just like what the absolute fuck.
I would like for anybody who's not in a day would not understand why Marcella's not immediately taking problem with this, but I just would like for Naday to understand that I have not mentioned anything about praying mantis habits because I'm very concerned for you right now.
I think that you and I have had this conversation, and I know damn well what a praying mantis is, and I think you know that. if that's okay with you, is that okay that you would have like told me over a fireplace? That
yeah,
like, I'm like,
like
tell me about
weird.
Bugs.
Yes, and I would pull an Animal Crossing and tell you all about the bugs in my floorboards, and
right,
have explained. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm just gonna. And I'm just gonna look at Peter because Peter's doing a really good job with the moral support and be like.
I
don't know what to do.
don't know what to do either.
Just tell me if you're going left or right.
Where on this map are we?
You guys are coming at the bottom, the very southmost part. That's the gate. You guys are headed to the top left, where the 2 smokestacks are coming out of.
Okay, so you're
Okay.
in the middle. Was that you describing the people who were in the middle, like the mother
Yeah.
who was talking to her kids and the tiefling with the casket and such?
Yep. In the middle, there, you see 3 things. You see an infirmary. Wow, that was in English. Infirmary, where the rivals had been helping some people get healed up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You see the tavern right in the middle, and off to the left, you also see something called a sacrifice engine. A day you would know that this was left over a long time ago from the old gods. The gods who used to own this place would throw all the humans into the sacrifice engine and blend them up like a blender. But now it's not used for the same purposes. But when you look at it, you do notice that there's like blood stains on the inside, so they're being used for something again. What you would assume probably the monsters.
Fucking kill him!
I just needed to go left or right, because you'll see something if you go a certain way.
What do you guys think? I think Damaris is saying left.
Yeah, my instinct was also to say left.
My instinct was also left. Let's go
Okay.
left.
We're in
So-
agreement.
As you go left, you pass by the Wall of the Unforgotten. Nade, you know this location to be a place where people put a lot of memoirs and memory. And you pass by it as you head your way to the crematorium.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Can I look at the Wall of the Unforgotten and see if there's anything about, not that I think there's going to be anything on there, but just if Catechus has been through here at all?
Yeah, you take a quick look, as you're kind of glancery look. Are you going to stop? Or are you going to kind of take a look while you walk?
Not like, well, I guess like a slow float. Like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't say it's a thorough investigation, but...
Okay. Roll me perception with advantage.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, son of a biscuit. Oh, well, that sucks. That's an 8.
From what you can tell, you don't see anything. There's a lot of different names, a lot of different knickknacks. Okay.
I forgot to take out my dice. I'm sorry. I know that we're not doing a lot of battle, so I was just...
As you continue on, thick, acrid smoke billows from the chimneys of the stone building. Corpses wrapped in beige cloths are stacked in a small yard northeast of the building. A willowy man wearing a leather apron greets you at the entrance with surprising cheer. New bodies for the Bezzosin, I see. Behind him stands a giant man, muscular, blue-eyed, and a short-cropped hair with a missing arm. What do you guys do?
I think we just want to drop the bodies off in the right place, yeah?
Yes, these, what do we do with these? Where would you like us to put them? We were just told to bring them up here.
The first man, where the leather apron kind of walks up. Hello, Reynard Allerton. Nice to meet you. Yes, we are just going to put those right in there. And we will burn them. But I could also use your help getting the rest of these corpses in. We've been killing a lot lately. Could use a little bit of help.
And I'm sorry, you just like toss them in there like they're garbage?
From the back, you hear the muscular man kind of go, well, if we don't kill them, they kind of come back sometimes, so...
So these are the monster bodies we're bringing in.
Yes, these are the monster bodies.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yes, these are the monster bodies.
Sorry, my brain for a second was like, hang on. Okay, so yes. Yeah, we can get as many as we can. Marcella, I understand. I know we normally would want to honor any living creature, but they just keep coming back in droves. They clearly have had an effect here. A bad one.
It's not good for them or for anyone else.
Okay.
And I think I'll just look at the two men and just say, well, where are they? Where can we start?
They're right there. He kind of points over to the left, and there's a pretty hefty stack of just different type of monsters is kind of sitting there. And they just kind of, they go in there. So just, yep. And he kind of brings one up and tosses in. Just like that. Yep, there you go.
I guess I'll go and
Alrighty.
toss a monster.
Yep,
into
I also go and toss a monster.
I guess we'll toss a monster.
The big muscular man kind of heads back into the inside, and you see kind of like plumes of smoke as he's like stoking the fire from the inside, and the smaller man kind of goes, okay, so what brings you to town? So he kind of shoving some monsters in.
Research.
Oh.
Family.
Oh, you're researching family genealogy? I love genealogy.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly what we're
That's what-
doing
yes.
here.
How'd you know?
Did you know my great 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 grandma used to be an ogre?
Wow, that's
Fascinating.
really cool.
I did not.
I know, and I look full gnome.
You really do.
Yeah.
You do absolutely
you
look
do.
full
Oh,
now.
watch the head. Make sure the head gets in.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yep,
okay.
yep.
Oh, Peter, this way. Pivot
Yep,
to
yep,
the left,
yep.
to the left,
Pivot,
no, left.
pivot,
Pivot.
Okay, well, you
You had to
keep doing
find
that.
some way
I'm
in this
going
place.
to I'm gonna stoke some of the fire from over here. So keep putting them in.
Okie dokie.
You see him kind
I
of go
think, you know,
over, and he like
so I
kind
go
of like pokes a stick on the inside. You can't really tell it's doing too much.
I think I look at Damros and kind of help him with picking up stuff, and I just kind of look at the group and I just say, I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? It doesn't seem like you have anything to really be sorry about. I promise you.
This is certainly not something that you should have expected. I mean,
Yes.
if you and I have been together for some time, I don't know how long you had been away before. I mean, things
20
change. And
years.
holy shit. Well,
I-
things change.
It felt like only 5 or maybe even 10, but 20. It's been 20 years.
He kind of pops out. Keep putting him in. Just
Yep,
We can talk and move at the
keep
same
going.
time.
Can I spend a key point or something to like do this faster and get it done?
yeah, you're pretty much near the bottom at this point.
Can I make an athletics roll that you love to make me make? To see how quickly. to see
Blame
if I
Matt
can get this
Mercer.
done.
Magic's like, yay!
I can and I will.
I was gonna offer to like
You
body
hear
slam
that,
in there,
Matt?
but then I would set myself on fire, I think.
Oh god, yeah, please don't. I think, Marcella, if you get too close to the flame, I'm just gonna be like, no.
I was like raring up because I could just see you guys pushing it in there, and I was like, what if I fly out at full speed? But that's just a recipe for a bad disaster. So
As you
I
guys
concede.
get closer to the bottom, you see this huge dead rock at the bottom. And he kind of goes, you see him like even further away. Yep, just keep going.
Why are you backing so far away?
No reason, just keep going. It's
I
okay.
roll an
No.
insight check on this man.
I would like to roll an athletics check to just push this thing into the.
Well,
into the
I
fire.
want to roll an insight check on this man because
Today?
I
I
want
want
to
to
him.
just get it.
Roll
This
insight
thing is
for me.
alive.
Can I give the help? Can I give the help action? Because I am. You're not right, sir. I think
Something's
it's
up
not right here.
Then
Yes?
you could, yeah.
Okay. That's a 19.
You could tell
Thank
that
you
he's
for the advantage.
quite disgusted and horrified by the last one, just because of its abnormal grotesqueness. Anyone who wants me can make a Arcana or Medicine check.
I
I'll
should
do a
know
medicine
That
check.
is- I have a
I
whopping
should not do either of those.
0 to medicine.
That would be an 11 for medicine because I
Nat
rolled
20!
a 7 and I only have a.
I was gonna.
Nat
Nadei.
20
also an 11.
Arcana!
Nice.
That's also
Go,
an 11
Nadei.
medicine.
Hell yes, Nadei.
Normally, most of the monsters start dissolving into ichor. This one has not dissolved at all.
Ew.
Can I tell magically why that's not the case, or even
Not
with a nat
from
20,
what
I
you
can't
could
tell?
tell, no.
Okay.
It's definitely not normal for this to happen.
That doesn't. Morcella, come here. Peter, you too, but Morcella, you're familiar with decay.
Yes.
This creature is not disintegrating as it should.
Oh, that's not good.
Like everything, this should be turning into basically goo.
I think
Can
we
I
need to
eat-
put it into the fire and run very far away.
In that moment, you hear the small pitter-patter of feet, and you hear, "Wait! Stop!" A voice shouts down from the street. A bookish tiefling jogs into view. A variety of archaeology tools hanging on his waist, along with a satchel hanging from his notebook. "You can't burn that yet. I need to study it." Reaching into the satchel, he pulls out a badge and holds it up, as if the badge explains the reason for being here.
I get as
Alright, it's not yours, your funeral.
I go get as close as I can to try to look at the badge.
Can I? Sorry.
You notice that the badge is that from the Allegiance of All Sight. Marcella.
I was gonna ask, can I roll nature to see how come the thingy's not doing the thing? There's
for
a
it.
lot of words that I forgot.
It's not disintegrating into ichor, which is concerning.
Well, it doesn't matter what I know because that's an 8. So I got an 11 for medicine and an 8 on nature. I'm doing great today.
No, just stop staring at it.
Hang on, you're from the what is the Allegiance of All Sight?
I'm here on an archaeology study. I'm studying this.
You are aware that you have entered a town where these demons are besetting upon groups of people and murdering them, right? You can understand why we want to burn this thing so it doesn't come back and kill more people.
I mean, yes, it's a little gross over exaggeration, but yes.
Please explain to
gross
me how
over
is it gross over
exaggeration.
exaggeration. Thank you,
okay,
Marcella.
hold on. Wait. Listen. This right here came out of Betrayer's Rights. That thing over there. Do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yes.
I think it has to have swallowed something to make it unique.
Is your goal to find out something that will help the people in this town?
Of course.
And I do what Peter did, and I step back. I'm just like, all yours. You can have it.
Your funeral.
I don't. I really don't have the tools to cut it open. Would you mind helping me cut it open, though?
With what?
I
We
pull
don't
out
have
my short
scalpels.
sword. I pull out my short sword. All right.
I grab a dart. I pull out a dart. Is this what you consider a scalpel?
I hand you
And
one
a
of my
short bow.
daggers, Peter. Here you go. I just hand you one of my daggers.
I have a dagger in one hand and a dart in the other hand.
Yeah, I've got a short bow. I don't really know what you think.
medical. Can't you wait for the next one? I really think there's a very good chance that this thing is about to come back to life pretty soon, and you are not gonna want to be in its vicinity.
I chop off the thing's head.
So you're cutting into it?
Yeah, I'm cutting into it.
Okay, make me a survival check.
Yeah, notice that Nadei has
Interesting.
slowly decided. Anyone, if with Magic's blessing, I'd be willing to anyone to make an insight check on them right now because they're not doing great.
I will do that.
That's an
Oh,
8 for survival.
I'll do it. I'll finally do an insight check on the day.
13.
Marcella,
it?
Peter, how close are you to the rock? And Demros, if you're there.
I'm
Shackles.
probably. I'm probably like relatively close because I didn't run up to the tiefling to like get a look at the badge. I kind of stayed back over near the pile. So truthfully, I'd say probably within 10 to 15 feet.
I would be probably about 10 feet because I was still trying to figure out what was happening. This is not going to go well.
What did you guys roll on your insight?
13.
Also 13.
There are no thoughts other than trying to not think about something right now.
Noted.
Everyone who is within 10 feet of it, which I think is everyone, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh
This
boy.
will be fine. It's a hot 11 for today.
17.
Also 17. This is the third time we've rolled the same thing.
Listen here.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Nade, I think Demaros?
30-20.
30-20. Nade, you're the only one poisoned right now. You take 4 points of damage. Make me another Constitution saving throw.
Okay. So I'm poisoned?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we all rolling a second time?
No.
Okay.
You took.
That is a 17 the second time.
Okay. So you just take that initial, I think I said 3 points of damage?
You said 4.
4.
I took it. I appreciate it though.
Cool.
And I just like
You see as spores just pour out from the inside of this rock, the day getting a big whiff of it.
Pull up my little scarf thing around, so it's around my face.
Almost as quickly as you cut it open, you see a handkerchief over the top of this tiefling's face, and he walks up and pulls something out of it, and you see him kind of tuck it away for a little bit.
what did you grab?
No.
What did you
was that?
grab?
What was that?
What was that?
It was just a little artifact.
Show it.
What?
Neat. Share it with the class.
He pulls out a cube-shaped puzzle box made of onyx, measuring 3 inches on each side. I know how to use this.
Do you? That doesn't sound very confident.
Of course.
I'll be quite honest.
I
with
was
you.
looking for this actually.
Well,
What
what
is
is
it?
it?
It's a puzzle box that I have to open up by myself because otherwise it'll be dangerous.
I'm
Why?
sure.
What is the danger posed to you?
Who wants to roll a persuasion check?
Wait,
I got a
wait.
decent persuasion.
Can I
I
roll
probably
intimidation?
don't.
had a
I
plus
should
5
not
to
roll.
that.
I look at him and I just say, this is not the way to help people. You said what you were going to do was going to help the people in this town. So are you going to help them or not? And I'll roll a persuasion.
Can I give the help action despite being very uncharismatic?
Can I give the help action because I am charismatic?
This is true.
I'll give it to
Sammer.
Marcella
Also-
for intimidation. So either Marcella can roll intimidation or on a day with advantage.
What would you prefer to do? I have a plus 5 to intimidation. You've been rolling much better than I have.
I think let's try the persuasion route before we threaten him. If everyone's okay
well,
with that.
Yeah, I
I
think
promise
that's
it's
a good
not
idea.
threatening. It's I get intimidation advantage just because I look the way I look. It's
That is a
depressing as that sounds.
23.
Fuck yeah,
Damn,
dude.
Nade.
Shit.
Okay. You see him get very relaxed at that. Go, fine. What do you want to know?
What is the box?
I don't know.
Then why do you know it's dangerous?
I don't know how to open it. But it came it came from inside the temple, so it must be something important.
Which temple did it come from the inside of?
Betrayer's Rise. Obviously, I mean, if this monster came from Betray's Rise, it has
Was
to be from it.
this the one that started everything 18 years ago?
No, no. I just don't want this falling into anyone's, especially that person's hands.
Who's that person?
Aloysia? That's their name.
Who's Aloysia?
She's not hard to spot. Tall, pale, dressed in red, cold-blooded. Seems like she'd do anything to get what she wants, and what she wants is, well, that's what I want to know, but I've seen them, kind of around, and,
Does she know that you're looking for this?
Oh, I'm sure. We are...
What evidence do you have that this person is doing wrong in this town?
Okay,
Or is it just like a vibes thing?
I'm an archaeologist, but I'm not here to perform archaeology per se, okay? I was sent here by the allegiance of Allsight to spy on a rival agent from the consortium of the Vermilion Dream. I believe that's them. I don't know though.
What is the Vermilion Dream?
They're a small secret society back in Ankarel.
So this is not necessarily a good and bad situation. This is a one versus the other.
Kind of, yeah.
Give me the box.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Give me the box.
I put a
read it in
hand
the
on my I have a hand on my hammer. You might want to give her the box. Trust me. We handle stuff like this. We're
She's suspicious of you already. You
That's
want to
true.
know what this is. She doesn't know who we are.
You see the tiefling kind of take a step back.
Please. She's going to find you. She's going to get that box. She doesn't even know we're here.
But
Why would she think we
You don't even know how to
have it?
open it.
Neither do you.
But neither do you.
neither
Shoot.
do you.
Will you tell me what's on the inside?
I'll do you one better. And you see that I reach into my inventory of stuff and I hand him my dust of dryness that I got in the trial, and I hand it to him. I say, "This is my token to leave behind. I come back to get it. I'll tell you what's in the box."
How much are you giving?
I'm giving him all of it. At this point, if I lose it, I lose it. But I want to give him a valuable enough item that he's gonna know that we'll just come back for it.
So this is like retainer?
Think of it as collateral.
You see him slowly give you the cube. Okay.
What's your name?
Prolix Yusuf.
Today's Sauron.
No. The Nade?
I'm sorry, what? Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Put that in your pocket before we forget.
I put it in my pocket!
Nobody needs to know.
I'm just staring at him.
Yeah, some people know of you if they've been around long enough, and I've been in and out of this town a few times, and
What do you know?
Caleb went on a bender to find you one time.
For what purpose?
No one knows. Just,
Okay.
it's a pleasure to
How
meet you.
long ago?
I
17, 16 years ago?
as a child, she looked for me?
No. Thank you for the correction. I'm trying to remember timelines. Be
20
more-
years. She's like 23.
It'd be more 10 years ago. 10, 8 years
She's
ago.
a baby elf. She's baby.
We're talking like 10 years ago.
So you don't So you know what happened to my mother.
Oh, yes.
Quite cavalier about something like that.
I kind of assumed you know a little bit about Bozosin. I mean, death is kind of in the air.
You're not
This
wrong.
is tough.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Prolix, and I don't know what else you know about me other than that my sister tried to look for me. But we will let you know what's on the inside of the box.
Yeah, and if you have any artifacts that you ever find, to bring them to me. I know quite a bit about artifacts, so it's been a pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you. You got it.
I turn to the group and I say, we go back to this inn, take a look at this box.
Yes, I think that is a good idea.
And I look at Damaros and I kind of hold out a hand to steady myself on his shoulder with his permission. And I just, it just feels like years of exhaustion have fallen on me.
Well, we'll do that to you.
All right, to the inn.
To the
Yeah.
end.
As you guys kind of solemnly go back through the town, passing by the marketplace, seeing guards coming in and out of the infirmary across the street, and you head inside to the ready room. A large barn with steeply pointed roof looms over the battled structures near the center of the town. Over the double door hangs a sign that bears the tavern's name, the Ready Room. An undercommon, orc, goblin, and common. Inside, you see the bustling of people handing drinks. But it's a weird kind of bustle, as people are solemn and grim. Off to the side is an empty table for the lot of you. And next to it, you see a tiefling wearing bright monastic garb. What do you guys do?
I think I immediately go sit at the table and try to very stealthily pull out this box to start looking at it.
I would recommend we do that upstairs where there's nobody looking.
Yes, I would also
I put it away.
recommend. I think perhaps the first thing we ought to do is get a room. I can go do that for us. And I is there like a front desk situation?
Yeah, in the front you see a bunch of barrels and a large kind of line with stools at the top. And you see in front a drow sitting there, dangling their feet off their stool at what looks to be what would be like a mat, and just kind of tapping their fingers.
Excuse me. I would like a room for the evening for me and my 4 friends. Would we be able to get like a suite or something like that?
Honey.
Oh, don't take that tone with me, please.
Oh, no.
It's been a
No.
long day.
I totally understand. It's been a long time since we've had someone come in here talking about sweets.
Then just
Oy,
the room will. Then just the room is fine, please.
How would a cot do?
Oh, goodness.
It's
a cot for the room? Or like a cot in the hallway? What is the offer that is being made with the cot?
upstairs. We just have one big room full of cots. It's 2 silver pieces per.
Oh, I see.
Oh my lord.
Did anyone come with me?
No, I'm at the table being very sad.
All right, sick. Anyone else? Anyone else accompany Peter on his adventure? Or did y'all just trust him to accomplish something?
I think
Damaros probably went with because he's always ready to dish out money and stuff.
Cool.
Aw.
Damaros, what do you think? Do you think we can? Do you think upstairs is still the way to go, or should we find maybe like a quiet corner table?
We don't have many visitors, so I mean.
Is there anyone up there right now?
2 or 3, but you guys could take a little corner and be away from them.
Okay. What do you think, Damaros?
Excuse me, sorry, I'm not feeling well tonight. It came over me suddenly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
I suppose it'll be okay.
All right. Yes. Then 5 cots, please.
Okay, that'll be 10 silver pieces.
I hand over 10 silver.
Thank you. We also do sell beer for 1 copper and a bowl of rice and fish for 2 copper, if you need any nourishment.
Thank you. We will get those as we need them. It is appreciated.
Absolutely. It's just one night. Right?
Damaros probably buys one for Leaf.
We buy 3 for Leaf.
Yeah. We spend a full gold piece.
Just for Leaf. Which, for those of you who don't know, our poor Leaf has a power outage thanks to the snow. So he is here in spirit.
Yep.
We are taking control of his character by committee.
Yeah, exactly.
As you guys
What does he do? Go into a rage.
exchange money and kind of head back, you notice the only person smiling in the entire tavern is that small tiefling in the back.
We're
What are they
definitely
doing?
not going to go. I think we should definitely not go approach them.
I mean, I've been sitting at the table while Damaros and with Marcella. I think the 2 of us have just been sitting at the table while Damaros and Peter went up to the counter. So, why is this tiefling smiling? Can I kind of look over and like get a sense?
As you look up and look over, they're not too far away and they're kind of smiling, and she looks over and goes, "Tell me, you feel it too?" The tiefling says with a little bit of a grin, "My comrades don't, but I do. The history surrounding this place, the romance of heroes fighting against impossible odds, sacrificing everything for the sake of defending the world, all done for the people who would never know them, never think of them, never be able to thank them, simply because it was the right thing to do. And ages later, we now see the War Watch somehow still doing the same thing, and they don't even know it."
Hi.
Wow.
They hop down, kind of walk over. Hello, Question's the name.
Question?
Yes, my name is Question. I know it's confusing.
I grew up here.
I'm sorry. But that's also awesome because you're part of like this cyclical nature of the mythic resonance.
The mythic. I look at Marcella and just kind of have like, speaking of question, it looks like Nadea has a question mark over her head because they do not know what's happening. I just look at Marcella.
I'm gonna give you the one. Man, don't look at me. I'm from the other cursed part of the continent. Don't look at me here.
I'm staring at you like doing the.
I mean, sure, yes, it's fascinating to be from here, but I mean, you take a much livelier approach to being in Bezzosen than just about anybody else. Us included.
Well, I mean, I've just kind of been around for a while, and I mean, this town is terribly dreadful, I'll agree, but at the same time, you know, like, it's just kind of like these people that do these acts of monumental courage and leave the impression on the world. It just lingers for all memory, and the deeds have just faded away, and it's just crazy. And I'm fascinated by this place. I mean, this is the place of the Calamity. An ancient battle of the Calamity took place here.
Sure did.
God.
Oh my God.
Did you not know that? Oh, it's a great time. It's a great time. This is where the
Oh my
Calamity
God.
happens. What's up? Hi, Brennan Lee Mulligan.
Hey, Brennan, I love you.
Oh my
Thanks for
stars.
traumatizing us.
I haven't watched it yet, but I promise I will.
I suppose you're not incorrect.
Yeah.
There-
And here. Let me show you some of the drawings I've done. And they pull out one of their
Okay.
sketchbooks, and they kind of flip through. I've done some of these drawings on the research from the archives of the Cobalt Soul here in Bezzosen and Ankarel, and I'm very fascinated. This one here is she kind of flips through. You see a sketch of an island bathed in a moonlight of Katha and Rudis, both full. The island covered in trees, marble pillars, and crystal shards that resemble the final chambers of the Emerald Grotto. On the next page, you see a rough drawing of what appears to be a more elaborate version of the jewel that you guys have in your possession, the Jewel of the Three Prayers. It is larger and has 3 delicate spires inlaid with stones.
And what's that?
This?
Yeah, what's that?
It's called the Lost Vestige. I don't know what it does, but it was an ordinary amulet until all the gods poured power into it during the Calamity.
I look at Marcella like,
Wait,
I'm not-
backtrack. Just, I'm lost. Is that the thing that's in your pocket right now?
no, it's similar to, no, this is the gem that is similar to the amulet we had, correct? Or
Yes.
Is this similar to
This
so
is similar
this
to
is
the
sim-
Jewel of Three Prayers. That's the
Yeah, so this is what Peter has.
which
So
they're
it's-
wearing
it's
around their
not the
neck but
same
hidden.
thing. It's not the same thing, but it's similar. And I know that the Three Prayers one is also considered a vestige, right?
Yes.
So this is another vestige, but it's the lost vestige. And
Son
I
of a biscuit.
message this to Marcella. I like do this
Okay.
like I kind of say like in character. I kind of explain what we just explained. Fascinating.
Okay,
What
cool.
else? What else do you have in there?
Flipping through, you see a rubbing of a symbol that depicts a long-haired woman peering into the distance.
What is that? Who is that?
Nade, you can make me a religion check. I took this from a carving inside of Betraya's Rise.
19.
It's the symbol of Avandra, the Changebringer.
Does anyone here in this party worship Avandra? We've heard of her a few times.
Heard of them, yes.
Yeah, so we've heard of them a few times. Okay, so it's Avandra, the Changebringer.
And the last page shows
Oh.
a folk ballad written in Undercommon that speaks of a name Halfway God, a champion who was given so much power by three of the prime deities during the Calamity that he became nearly divine himself.
But it's written in Undercommon.
Correct.
Well, I can't read it.
Same. I mean, I have half a mind to ask if a question will read it to us.
I can't metagame. I don't know that's what
Blah,
you're
blah,
thinking.
blah.
That sounds
Maybe-
my fear.
Maybe ask if they can translate.
So I was casting. Oh my god, that was gonna come out really bad. question. Would you mind giving us a synopsis of what's on this page? I don't know a whole lot of languages, and this is certainly not one of them.
Yes. This right here is I know it's written in a very obscure dialect of Uncommon, but it kind of talks about a champion. They had so much power, and 3 deities came together. I think they got like 3 powers from 3 different deities and became nearly divine themselves.
Does it say anything about which 3 deities it was?
Nope.
Shoot.
Unfortunately.
Have Damaros and I returned yet? Because
Yeah, you kind of walk up on this
Okay.
scene about now.
Cool.
I messaged Peter and Damaros the same message immediately, which is, there's a picture in the book that looks like your gem, but not. We found another vestige. Well, a picture of a vestige.
You just hear back. Fascinating.
Oh, question. Do you mind? God damn it! Every time I say that, question. Do you mind? Would you mind, question? Showing my friends the pictures you just showed us. This is my name is Naday. These are my friends Marcella.
Naday.
How does everyone know me?
Well, you're like
I
a
wouldn't say
local
everyone knows you,
celebrity.
but I mean, I do a lot of studying. I do a lot of history, so I of course know the history of Zosin. You have a small tome inside of the Cobalt
have a
library of
what?
the Cobalt Soul.
I have a tome about me.
Yeah, I think it was written some goblin man. I forget the name off the top of my head.
Some goblin man.
Do you know where this goblin man is by any chance?
Oh, I just assumed he'd long gone. I don't check every author. That's a little weird.
What you don't remember his name?
Out of character, I do. It's just I don't have your sheet pulled up, and it's your father.
Gigris.
Gigris. Gigris.
What did he write in the book?
Oh, it's a lot of Lux in this, Lux in that, and
You see my back goes ramrod straight, and I go, excuse me, and I get up and fucking leave. I'm like, I get up and leave. I am like, I need to find this man immediately. What the fuck?
at this moment, you guys notice what's the right description? Because I don't have it pulled up.
Let's just say I've stood up. I haven't left yet. I've stood up, and it's very noticeable that, like,
As you guys, as you stand up and kind of like your table's getting a little louder, you look over and you see a elf in red clothes leaning in pretty heavily, trying to listen in to your conversation.
I message them and I point vividly, and the message is, what are you looking at?
You're saying that to them?
Yes, with a message.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Like, my father wrote a book about the stuff that, hi, Chert. What? I knew it! I freaking knew it!
Shenanigans!
I knew it!
Do we have a journey coming to play with us?
I knew it!
Trini is joining us. They are guest starring.
Yay!
Welcome in, Cherny.
And I point at you in my
Thank you
message.
for having me.
Just what are you looking at?
Heroes of the realm, it seems.
I just sit down, head immediately in hands.
You see Peter's like, what just happened? You okay. There's a lot that's going on right now. Naday, are you alright? What's just happened?
No. There's a person, there's an elf sitting over there, and they're staring at us, and I'm really not in the mood to be stared at right now.
I
And-
look over at the elf and just stare right back.
And I
Oh, I'd be
messaged
comfortable.
what are you looking at? And they responded with, the heroes of the realm, it seems.
And
What?
this elf sees Peter still staring at them, just tilt his head slightly.
Do you mean the day specifically? Because I don't know if you see. I mean, yes, no.
Yes.
At this
No,
point,
Yes, you can do whatever you put your mind to, Marcelo. Don't doubt yourself. You got this.
at this point, you see the barmaid kind of come up and plop in front of all of you an ale and some food. Here you go.
I chug the ale.
Okay.
I take a sip, still making eye contact with the elf.
Actually, Naday for chugging, Naday doesn't really drink a lot of alcohol, so I try to chug and immediately go, I can't do it, I can't. Is this what you're supposed to do? I can't do it, I can't.
The elf like takes their own goblet and just kind of lifts it in Peter's direction, who seems to have locked eyes with
I finally speak out loud. I just go, what do you mean, heroes of the realm? What are you talking about? Who are you? What? Sure, we can have more weird stuff happen to me today. This is fine.
I'm doing a concern, guys.
Is Question still sitting at the table?
Very awkwardly, yes. Just kind of looking back and forth and go, do you need to look at any more sketches? Actually, I'm just gonna, and it kind of gets back and starts, you see them drawing a little bit and like drawing.
Shit.
My character will quite gracefully stand up from the corner that they were in and head over to the table as if cordially invited and sit down at one end and settle in at the table and say, I do hope you enjoy your meal, and there is more for that for you if perhaps we can come to an accord. But of course, first, some introductions are in order, I'm sure. My name is Aloysia. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
What?
Yeah.
What just happened? What just... Oh! Oh, shit! I quit!
I hold out a hand politely and say, Peter Eichler.
A pleasure, I'm sure.
The reputation precedes you.
Does it?
Rough.
Slightly.
And what sort of reputation have you heard of me?
I am
A
hiding
very
my face
confusing
in my
one.
tankard.
Are you of the Vermilion Dream?
The Vermilion Dream. Interesting.
We're just out here saying it
Who told
today.
you that?
I never got his name.
I did. I'm not saying it.
Peter's being truthful. He does not remember because I do not remember, and that's okay. I
Fascinating.
didn't get his name.
I mean, I understand why you would associate me with them. The bright scarlet attire does certainly have an association, I'm sure. Fascinating that would be brought up, though.
Why is it
Is
fascinating?
that the only information you've heard of me? Is that my only reputation?
We've heard that you are
In this
relentless
town.
in taking what you want.
Oh yes, that as
Oh,
well.
fascinating. Yes. Because I was certainly quite forward with all of you.
I'm so sorry. I have no idea what's come over these two.
Your cat's just losing their minds.
Pippin, everybody.
This
I'm
is
already
why
done.
the old adage, you can never work with children or animals.
No,
Yep.
never. I think actually, Peter, at this point, because I think we're sitting next to each other at the table. Would that be correct?
Probably.
You feel my hand gripping yours under the table.
Did you grab my hand or grab my hand?
Grabbed your hand.
Okay, then I give it a little quick squeeze. as like a little, hey, you got this, pal.
Are you friends with Question here?
No, nor enemies, if that's what you're getting at. We have had some discussion here. Question, as you have noticed, is quite talkative.
At the acknowledgement of Question, you see that the whatever they were, tiefling, hop down and side eye and scurry off to the other side of the bar.
I keep tabs. They
Yeah,
know
I
too
was
much.
gonna s- I was
They
gonna
know
say
too
the
much
same.
about me. They
Well, I mean,
know
there's
who
a book
I am.
about you. I think a lot
There's
of
a
people
book
might know a
about
little
me
bit
right
too
now,
much
and I
about
gotta
you.
find my dad. It's a bad time. But I look at Aloysia. Sorry, can you pronounce your name one more time?
Aloysia.
Aloysia. I look at Aloysia and I say, "What business do you have in Bezozan?"
Well, I should have expected straight to business, of course. I am actually trying to get to a very specific ancient site in Betrayer's Rise. I have attempted to go in myself, and after much debate and petitioning of the I'm sorry, magic. What is the position? Priestess. What's the leader of the faith? The leader
would
of the
just be-
cult of Baphomet.
It
Is
would
it just leader?
Leader.
Okay. Much petitioning with leader Zorozian. I finally made what I thought to be a bit of headway. However, I don't know how much of an impression you've gotten of her, but in true to form, she agreed to allow me to enter Betrayer's Rise, and instead of letting me in the front door, decided to toss me immediately into the gaping maw at the base of the pit.
I'm sorry. This is. What was her last name?
Zerurian. Calium Zerurian, the leader of the cult of Baphomet.
Zaurin. But a good
apologies.
effort. Most people don't get my last name right on the first try. I'm sorry she did that to you.
Well, so am I. Came out of it short on a great deal of things. Resources. Pride, certainly. But I would hope that with a bit of assistance from folks such as yourself, I might be able to continue on and make another attempt.
How do you know that we're heroes? I don't.
What,
I look at the group.
Why do you call us heroes of the realm?
Did you not think that your participation in the trials wouldn't travel some distance?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Because we won the.
Interesting.
Well.
I need to write a letter to my father. He's going to be disappointed if I don't tell him first that I did a cool thing.
I think we put
Might
Leaf
be a
and
good idea.
Damrose to bed. Leaf and Damrose have been put to bed in the cots. We unfortunately
Yes.
lost Echo. Echo is not feeling well, but Nade Zaurin,
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
you are the first person who has not reacted very strongly to that, and I'm honestly surprised given your association with my sister.
My name is Aloysia Telfin. There are always more things to know than just face value and surface associations. Each
What are you-
individual is unique. They are shaped by their associations, their peers, their influences. Doesn't necessarily lock a person into a being or a perception for the rest of their existence, does it?
I grip Peter's hands again under the table, and then just like, these are my friends. They can introduce themselves to you if they like.
Well, I have our...
So.
You go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you go. I was just gonna say I've already introduced myself.
Right, you already did.
So, well, first of all, we'll backtrack. Was that comment about writing to your dad, was that, like, in character?
I think, like, he said it very quietly under his breath, but I don't think he...
Okay.
Yeah, I think he said it very quietly under his breath, because that definitely would have been his stupid little thought.
I wasn't sure if it was loud enough to hear. But, yeah. I don't know, Marcella's gonna just, like, as Marcella does, standing on the table, because we're from the woods. And we just, this is what my people do. And we're just gonna, like, kind of sit down cross-legged, so at least I'm a hair bit eye to eye with everybody. Marcella, I'd give you more, but I don't know much. So, hi. I'm very sorry for what has happened to you. I didn't think people knew who I was outside of this group.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, and what a fascinating idea.
What's a fascinating idea?
Morcella introduced themselves as not knowing much about their past. So not only do you get to discover things in your future, but also you get to discover things in your past.
Yeah, we're working on that one. But yeah, it's interesting.
What are you looking for in the ruins? The temple, rather.
Making that face.
There is a particular ancient prayer site that is a ways into the building that I am hoping to get to. It is of great significance.
A parasite?
Prayer site.
Prayer site.
I like parasite better.
Okay, fun fact, Jocelyn's hard of hearing. Thanks for your patience.
I love it.
Love this.
I'm gonna say that's in character. You just see that Nadea is like half trying to listen really hard, but also like, mother is dead, murdered by my sister. Father wrote a book about me being a Luxembourg, which is a problem. Don't know where my dad is. Kellum threw this person into a pit. Guy we met, Prolix, doesn't like this person for some reason. We have the box that we don't want to give them, and so I think you say parasite. And I just go, right, prayer site. What is in the prayer site? You just want to go there, or is there something in there that you need?
In and of itself, it is an astounding religious relic. There's history that can be learned and recorded so that it can be kept and proliferated through the ages. There's a great deal that just being able to step foot into that site would be absolutely beneficial. And please, do not think that I am asking for any kind of charity out of this. I anticipated that there was going to be some need for assistance or equipment of something, so I would be willing to pay you for your assistance. It is not a small task that I ask of you, but given the way that you seem to have come in here and your overall demeanor, and I would gather that you have at least gone by at some point.
I believe I message Peter and Marcella, and I say, is this the place we're looking for?
I'll message back. I have a feeling it might be. It may be worth it for us to go as well.
I think I messaged what you said to Marcella because it's not a three-way message system
Yeah.
as much as I
It's
wish
not a
it
three-way
was.
chat.
Not a three-way chat. We gotta bounce it. And
Sad.
I look at I keep wanting to call you Aloysius because of doubt, and that's not your name.
Loisia.
Aloysia.
Aloysia. I look at Aloysia and I say, I think that there will be no need to pay us.
I don't know about that one.
There might be a small need to pay us.
We are willing to accept payment.
We are most likely looking for the same place that you are, though for decidedly different reasons.
Quite possibly. There is said to be an infusion of power of Rudius in this location, which has come to scholarly interest of late.
I am about to do something that might make the other party members very mad at me. I pull out the box.
Son of a bitch.
This is the Onyx puzzle box.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what this is?
Fascinating. I would love to know more about it.
Prolix seemed to think that... Fuck. Yes, I do blurt it. Prolix seemed to think that you wanted it for yourself.
That you were seeking it for something.
Seems on par.
What do you mean?
The Allegiance has a tendency to be very conservative in their allowing other non-members access to information. They are quite covetous of their research and generally rather reserved in allowing research to happen in more dangerous areas, uncertain of the risks. That must mean that Prolix was able to do quite a bit of convincing to be able to be here and research as much as he is.
Well, he certainly wasn't forthcoming. That's for sure.
Took a lot
He
of
was a
convincing
little
to let
shit,
us...
is what he was.
Well, that was the reason I pulled this out, to be completely honest. I didn't particularly like him, and the only reason I had this is I nearly cut his head off. I ended up cutting the Vrock's head off first, which is where this came from.
Yes, it
Inside one of the beasts?
It was preventing the beast from decaying.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Usually these creatures turn into ichor, but this one was not, and when you see that the day just look a little bit green despite her purple, because I am still in fact poisoned. I don't think it's been an hour yet. And I said there was a great deal of spores. I'm feeling still quite sick from it. I'm distracted by the cat. I'm still quite sick from it, and he was very quick to grab this, and the only reason he told us is because we almost didn't let him leave.
Yep. Interesting. Well, that seems like it could be something of a significant power level. Of course, I'm not going to take it from you, though I am quite fascinated by it.
I put it on the table and I say, what if we try to open it?
I don't know.
Should we do
Sounds
that
fascinating.
here?
But what better place to do it in public than in private?
I'm
do it
just
in
worried
private
about the
and
other people.
I don't know. Cause okay.
If you are attempting to open the box, I need an intelligence check.
God damn it.
Ooh, that's me. Ooh, that's me. Ooh, that's me. Let me open.
I put Marcella.
Yeah.
Hi, now that Damaros is gone, we actually have the same intelligence level.
Is it possible for me to assist in any way?
I will allow anyone tinkering with the box to roll it.
Okay, great. I also.
So if
wanna
you all
tinker.
four
Can I
go
give a
in.
help action of any kind?
Oh, you can assist Nade since you're working with them most.
Laura, what did you get?
Nat 20 plus 6.
Yes.
It was a DC 20.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm not gonna roll. Yes, Marcella. Yes.
Hell yeah.
The box shifts and turns and kind of odd mechanical methods as it final click. You hear a metal ball drop and a slight bit of soft smoke come from underneath the bottom of it. As you open it, you see a folded up spell scroll, and upon closer examination, you see that as a spell scroll of Bestow Curse.
Marcella, I think this is yours.
Just. Oh, I'm so excited right now.
That was the best nat 20 we could
Yeah.
hope for. That was
Yeah,
That's my
that
girl.
was a good one.
Well,
so
Marcella's my
excited.
girl. And Laura's are they. That's our they.
Hell yes.
Okay, cool beans. Yeah, I'm gonna
Go take that
remind
scroll.
me again. How do I have to learn it? Since what over
You
like
might
long
need to
rest
just
8
add it
hours.
as an item.
Just add it as an item.
I think while this is happening, I look at Aloysia and I just say, well, that solves our mystery. It's a spell scroll.
Interesting that it would have been maintaining the rocks.
Perhaps it was what was causing it to be cursed.
Perhaps.
There's
Either
still
way,
cursed.
fascinating.
Cursed books.
Yeah, curse rock, bestow curse. I realize that I'm still holding your hand. Quickly remove it and then drink.
Yeah, Peter puts his arm up on the table and impolitely puts his elbow on the table and like also grabs his ale and we sip simultaneously.
Yeah, the simultaneous sip once again. It's fine, no more.
Peter's just going with the flow for his friend that he cares about very much.
Uh-huh.
So, are we ready to head out today?
What time is it?
Yes, we could
it's like
really use
5 p.m.
a bit of a rest.
I think tomorrow morning, if that would be all right with you. There are a couple of people I would like to visit.
The sun is on the way down. It would probably be advantageous to have you in best of spirits and energy in the
I
morning.
will ask if you wish to go with me, but I'm afraid it is family business. You are welcome to come with me, but I must see if I can find my father, and I must have a word with my sister.
I actually, if you would like to go do that, I have a few questions for our new friend. So if you want to go on your own.
I mean, you see that I want to, but also, like, I also want to know about our new friend, and I'm just like,
Oh no, I'm not. Like, he's not I'm not asking anything plot relevant.
still.
Do you want me to go with you?
I'm very bad at asking for help. You know
Onward.
that. A piece.
At the same moment, through the front doors, you see Ao and that party come through, tattered and exhausted, covered in blood, as they kind of take to the nearest table, and you see them all just kind of slump down, speechless.
I give a little tiny wave to them.
They don't make eye contact at
Also
all.
bleeding, still probably. I have
Yeah.
17 hit points.
Oh my god. I
We haven't taken a rest.
think I walk over if Marcelo's okay with it,
Yeah, absolutely.
and I just gently. Are you okay?
Darling. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine.
Ayo, I did warn you.
There was so much blood. We try to save as many as possible, but I think I've witnessed 5, 8, 10 deaths today.
Bezozan is not a kind place. It never has been, for as long as I've remembered.
It's not so much the death that bothers me. It was how sad all of them looked.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Just need to freshen up a little bit and we'll be fine.
Okay. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Marcella. We walk out.
I didn't have anything good to say, so.
Are you guys heading?
this is
Are you guys heading out at 5 p.m. or are you staying for a rest first?
I guess we could stay for a. Do you want to stay for a short rest, Marcella, or do you want to?
A short rest would be good because the only thing I need back is my wild shape.
And I get everything back on a short rest. So we can. I think before we leave, we go back to the table. We can sit and talk to Peter and Aloysia for a couple hours while we recover. And I think I just start looking at Aloysia and I just say, "So how long have you been in Bezozan now?"
A decent amount of time. I didn't exactly expect to spend quite this much time here, but all things considered, it hasn't been the worst stay.
How much time?
How much time, Magic?
A year.
A year? Okay.
Wow.
Several seasons now. Probably coming up on a year.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from a whole other continent. I'm from Marquette.
You are a scholar, yes?
Yes, in some ways. I am perhaps not the most bookish of scholars, but certainly one with a thirst for knowledge.
What do you consider your main field of study?
Hard to say, really.
Demonology?
No.
No. Anything?
An
like
interesting subject, and I do have some peers who are rather fascinated with it. But my main interest is more of a somewhat celestial nature, though not of the heavens, not of the divine, just of the celestial bodies.
What specifically are you referring to?
that?
Well, you probably remember that there's some discussion that there is perhaps a concentration of power of Ruidus in Betrayer's Rise. There's a great deal of lore and interesting ideas around how that may have visited the Exandrian plane. I seek to find more information about that and see if I can find perhaps something concrete in the fragmented historical records that we have been able to pull up, and that I'm waxing poetic, I'm sure.
Can I just since you say that you study Druidus, can Druidus cause strange dreams and I guess more importantly, can it affect the magic around us?
Oh, there has been
the ability
many,
to
many
perform magic.
reports and retellings of the powers of Ruidus creating all kinds of interesting things.
We
There-
found our
Hmm?
we found our magic was weaker. Took longer. Messages didn't quite come through when it happened
Fascinating.
the other day.
As if it had stunted your prowess.
Yes. So, for instance, I was able to. I am a warlock. I was able to cast a few spells, but it felt more difficult. Like I was pushing through water or sand. Also, I messaged. By the way, I'm gonna message Morsala. I go, "Are you okay? I know that Ruidus is a fairly new revelation for you."
There's a small eye twitch. We're good.
Do you know anything of, in relation to Ruidus, a red crystalline tree?
Tree.
Red crystal. Viridian, specifically, if you want to get into shades.
Not specifically a tree that I can recall. I don't think.
What do you recall?
Definitely an influence upon a person has been recounted several times, but I do not know anything of a tree.
I had a vision. I saw a dream, perhaps, some time ago of a Viridian crystal tree, and when I tried to touch it, red veins shot up my arm, crystals began to form on me, and that is when I woke up.
You didn't tell us this.
I did not think it was perhaps important, but
Teacher,
the more we see Ruidus, the more
You didn't
it
think
seems to be...
crystals grew up your arm, and you thought that wasn't important. Peter.
It was a while
Peter.
ago. I don't think
Peter.
about it all the time.
Peter, my book, which is from the Luxon, is telling me to stop the red. That kind of seems what that might be.
Listen, I have a lot of weird dreams. It kind of fell through the cracks.
What else did you dream that was the same level?
Well, there was the dream with Elixian. Well, I don't know if that was a dream. I was on a walk and I saw him in the clouds. That was perhaps a different thing, I think.
Okay.
But like, you know, when your mom is like is a demon lord, you know, sometimes you get like a happy birthday, and like it's never like the happy birthday that like you're looking for. It's more like you walk into a garden and like there is a carcass hanging from it, and written in blood on the ground it says happy birthday.
That sounds horrifying.
Wow, I'm suddenly less upset to not remember my parents.
One of mine is dead, apparently. Anyway,
What you are describing seems to resemble Ruidium.
What's Viridium?
It's a mineral infused with the powers of Ruidus.
Has it ever been recorded that this would take over humans or other humanoids?
Not exactly. There was... there is a great deal of fragmented information of an old hero at the times of the Calamity who came from Wildmount, said to have been born under the full moon of Ruidus, and was able to wield the Vermilion Moon's power.
Do you know this person's name?
No, sadly, much of it has been greatly lost or decayed or was never recorded to begin with. We were able to find small bits and pieces of it here and there, but nothing definitive or easy enough to find. However, it didn't take over his person the way your friend Peter here describes, but there was a pendant said to contain the power of 3 gods.
The lost vestige.
Possibly. I was not aware of a name exactly for it, but the pendant is absolutely a key to finding the Ruidium or unlocking its powers and discovering exactly how it was tied to this hero.
Could
I
we
just
perhaps?
that
I pull out my little amulet thing and I say, would this perhaps be helpful in finding it? A similar artifact.
I'm going to need Magic's help on that one.
Is there some way we could like use it to either like physically or magically track down the other vestige?
Potentially. That is one of the reasons that I am hoping to get into Betrayer's Rise with your help, honestly. It's said that the hero did die in a battle at Betrayer's Rise and was at some point brought back to life as a vengeful revenant by Avandra the Changebringer. And so there is that location within Betrayer's Rise that could be tied to that hero.
So you tried to go to Betrayer's Rise, and my sister wouldn't let you.
Well, she did eventually let me, in a fashion, but instead tossed me into the pit where all of the beasts were coming from. And so I instead was much more focused on making sure I made it out of there alive.
What I mean is, do I need to get her permission to get in there?
Possibly.
Marcella, I think it's time to go. Yes, Peter?
I have to wonder, seeing as Baphomet is literally my uncle, could that get us some sway with your sister?
I would say yes, most likely. If she is turned enough to believe she is far more worthy than my mother ever was to be the leader of the cult, I think that your presence would be useful. In fact, I would ask that everyone come with me. I need to speak to her, and I need to find my father. Her first. Maybe she knows where he is, though she probably doesn't care. She's become so different than I thought she would be. I can't help thinking that it's my fault.
It's not.
If I'd stayed. I'm going to get going. Will you join me?
Yes, we will.
Peter?
Yes.
Could I possibly have a closer look at that pendant of yours?
I pull it out, but I don't take it off. And I step closer and invite you to step closer to look at it. I assume the chain is long enough that I can like kind of hold it up a little bit.
Aloysia kind of gets uncomfortably close because of the length of the pendant, and is completely ignoring any kind of personal space bubble at
What's
this
a
point.
bubble?
Yeah. Yeah, and is just fixated on the pendant like having come to an idea and realizing upon further examination of that pendant, I thought that this was perhaps related. This is much... This pendant may be the key for understanding Ruidus and the influence of the Ruidium powers.
How?
I must ask you one more question. Do you know the name Elixion?
Do I? No. That is not a name I am familiar with.
All right. I rest my case. I say like a lawyer.
The prosecution rests.
The defense rests, Your Honor.
I understand. It's very clear, and Aloysia kind of takes a half step back now. I understand that you would be reticent to let go of this relic. But I do not tell you lightly that it would be very important to all of my studies and the reason that I am here in Bezosan. If I could use that pendant and be able to do proper research and studies with it.
I kind of look at it for a second, and I'm trying not to let the fact that it adds to my armor class affect this decision. Why don't we make a deal?
I was prepared to fund things that you needed for this excursion into Betrayer's Rise. I only have a finite amount of coin with me, but I can certainly offer that.
Before I give it up, let us see if we can make it into Betrayer's Rise first. It is a connection to someone that I feel is very important to me, and I don't know why, and if you can perhaps help me figure that out, then we may be able to form an agreement.
If there is anything that my research can provide you in that, I would happily be able to help you with that.
Let us first see if we can get into Betrayer's Eyes, and if we make it in, I will give you the pendant.
Let's talk to my sister.
A deal.
And I put the pendant back for now.
So forgive me, are you headed out to the sister at night, or are you spending the night and then head out in the morning?
The way he's asking that gives me a feeling that it's probably dangerous to go out at night, especially since I believe
on the DM,
I believe
please.
well, I believe that we have also learned at this point that the monsters come out more so at night.
That's right.
I believe that is something we've learned at this point.
Let's spend the night, and I think that before we spend the night, I actually look at Alicia and I say, "Do you know much about the Luxon in your research?"
It is not one of my particular focuses. Why do you ask?
Apparently it's common knowledge, if you've read the book my father wrote about me, I am a Luxembourg.
Really?
It's why I left 20 years ago.
It's quite possible that it saved your life.
Why do you say that?
given what has happened here, and let's see. Probably about a year before I arrived.
What do you mean?
Well, that was the time when there was a changeover in leadership in the cult of Baphomet.
When Kellum
I'm sorry.
murdered
I'm
my-
sorry. Just a year? I thought it was different. Mortella's a
2
genuine
years.
question out of Mortella.
That was a math thing. So a year before Aloysia arrived would have been 2 years
A
ago.
math thing.
So
Not a math gay.
Not a math game.
Same.
So
Same.
basically, 2 years ago was when my sister violently usurped my mother.
Noted.
Yes.
All right, I'm on board. We're good.
Though I understand that it's not uncommon in the cult.
Oh God, that's
it
what
is
I would have had
violent.
to do. I was going to have to do that. Well, I always try to learn more about my god because I feel like every time I've started over, I've lost knowledge that I needed. There's very little that I know about my past lives. Mostly smells. I get wisps of memory. I have been told that I
No
look
context. That sounds hilarious. Sorry.
I know. I look at Morcel and I say, I've been told that my spells smell like a candle shop, according to my friend here.
They do, in fact. It's phenomenal.
But it brings back memories, and I still find much mystery in my deity, and thought I'd try to get as much objective research as I can, seeing as I am wont to play favorites.
About at this time, the tavern is starting to get quieter. Drinks are getting to the last little bottom.
You know, if you are looking for more of that, you may have some luck if you make your way to Ankrel.
Thank you. I think now it's time for bed. Are the rivals still down here?
Oh yes, I wanted to ask that as well.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would like to kind of go over to them since I didn't go over before. And are they? It's been a little bit of time since the last time one of our group went over there. Like maybe
Yeah.
A
at
few
this point,
hours,
like,
yeah.
It's been a few hours.
We're just hanging out. So I want to, I guess, just go over and say, hey, how are you all doing? It would seem not well. But I don't think anyone is doing particularly well in this place.
Yeah, I mean, doing all right. And, you know, some food kind of helped out. Probably stopped by I think there's a small church here to some gods I might stop by and need a little bit of a break, but
I think a break is a good idea.
That fucking segue. And on that note.
Yeah, are you pretty much done with your conversation? I mean, how much are you?
I can be.
Okay.
I wasn't. I just felt bad that I didn't go over before.
No, you're totally fine. I was trying to hit 9 o'clock. Okay, so the way this is gonna work, I need Ade, Marcella, and Peter. Go ahead and go on a break. If you can, please mute and deafen yourself. I will message you in Brook Brigade chat when we can talk again. I need to have a one-on-one conversation with Aloysia on stream that you guys cannot know.
I'm worried.
I will message you
I'm
in chat when you can
unsettled.
come back. So Aloysia and I will have a conversation on stream. Then we will take our 5-minute break, bio break. You guys will get an extended one, and we will come back afterwards.
Okay. Thank you, Break.
Duly noted.
Thank you, Break. Goodbye.
Okay, bye now.
Well, hi.
Hi. So how you doing this?
So probably outside of whenever they are off doing other things. Whether it's going to rest or
They've gone upstairs, or yeah, they've gone upstairs and gone ahead and found their cot and laid down.
So I will head over to AO and the crew.
Hi there.
Good evening. You seem to have had quite a rough day of it.
Yes. We got in right when a lot of Malthers were at the front gate, and then off to the infirmary. We try to help, but kind of looks down, kind of still covered in a lot of blood. It's been a day.
It certainly has. Another round.
Sure.
Something to make the evening a little bit easier.
Yeah, absolutely. I did not get your name.
Ah, my apologies. Aloysia is my name. Aloysia Telfin.
Pleasure's all mine. I'm Aloy. No, I'm Ao. Ao Jabe.
Heyo, a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I understand that you seem to have been at odds a bit with the group that I was just spending a little bit of time with.
Yeah, it's been a little back and forth and a little. But I mean, they seem nice.
Probably so.
I just
However,
wish I would have competition, but who's counting?
well, I'm sure that we can get a couple of wins in for you if you like.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm in need of a little assistance, and I think that you and your hardy crew here might have just what I need.
Are you talking an adventure?
Something like that. Certainly something lucrative.
Well, what you got?
I am needing to get into Betrayer's Rise, but more importantly, and more to the point with you, I am needing to get out of Betrayer's Rise.
Well, no one's got into Betrayer's Rise for a while. The gates are sealed. The only way
So
in
they
is
say.
through the chasm.
So they say. But getting out can be just as arduous, especially when bearing important artifacts.
I guess I don't understand what do you need us to do?
I need you to extract me and the items of import out of Betrayer's Rise. Getting in should be able to clear a path for you.
Are we going with Medea and them?
No, specifically not.
Okay.
They have goals of their own, shall we say. I need to make sure that I can make it back home in one piece.
Well, they haven't been rude to us, but they haven't been kind to us either, so... we'll stay
I'm
close.
not saying that you need to, be particularly violent about it. I just need to guarantee my exit.
And where we're leaving to? Just out here?
Essentially, yes. I can get to where I need to go once I'm clear of immediate danger.
Okay.
And one of them carries something of import as well.
You
I
talking
suspect there may be other treasures within the the rise itself, but
You're
yes,
talking about the jewel, right?
quite gaudy when you see it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Wish we would have found that too, but... Alright, well... I don't want to go around hurting them, but... It seems like this is also a little on the down low.
I don't think that they would be quite amenable to the depth of my interest here.
How about this? They really don't want us following them, but we'll follow behind, see where you guys go, and keep tabs on y'all. And when you need extracted, we'll get you out. But the payment is, we want more adventures. We want, slipping different accents. We want to find other things.
Oh, I think we can set you out to find quite a few things.
All right. On like 5 different accents. Got a deal.
Very well. We can sort out pay. Not a problem.
And with that, we'll go ahead and take our 5-minute break.
Awesome.
Thank you. We'll be back at 9:15 or 15 after the hour with everyone back. See you soon. Hello, and welcome back. Thank you guys for sticking through the break. And I hope that you guys, I know it's been 10 minutes. I know we needed to fill the village well. So we got that filled, and a mason jar. Okay.
We're so conditioned right now. We needed
really
to fill
are.
the village
Listen,
well,
listen.
everybody.
I have the hydrate mug on my desk here, but
Can
I'm
I
not on my
please-
channel right now.
Can I please show the viewers what I have been doing
Yes.
to calm myself down, which is coloring.
I was hoping for the whole last bit of filter.
We love it.
Yes.
And currently, Belinda is screaming internally because they can't say anything.
Have to see how this plays out. Well, you guys had all headed up and taking a long rest. Please make sure you take a long rest.
Oh, yes.
And you wake up to the sounds of Maggie snoring in the corner.
Great.
Maggie's one of the rival party members.
Mhm.
And
So I transfer 4 hours.
okay.
Is there anything that I would have seen or heard before everyone else wakes up?
Make me a perception check.
14.
You saw that the place that you had, been told there's only a few people had kind of filled up. And you guys are kind of, there's like pretty much a cot between you and the next person. It's there seem to be a lot more people coming in, and people who maybe belong here, some soldiers, some like people just trying to get a different night out, trying to not be home.
I think I get up in the wee hours of the morning and head downstairs for some time to think to myself.
Alrighty. How do the rest of you arise?
Depends. Did I have any more? Do I have any? I'm still wearing the pendant. Have I continued to have weird dreams by having the pendant on me? Like the weird Elixian dreams that, like the first night when it was on the nightstand.
Yeah. Good question.
I'm still having these nightmares.
Make me a con save.
Oh, great.
No.
Look what you just did to yourself. I hope you're
Look at
happy.
look at what I've done to myself. Is this the right one? Yes, it is. Nat 20.
Ooh, delightful.
Number 3.
The dream that you have tonight seems to have less pain. You get a flash, almost like a scene, as you just see like coral reefs and shining red rocks at the bottom of the ocean floor, and what seems to be a bunch of buildings and towers, and you just kind of glide through and kind of sift through. That's all you see that night.
I don't like see the vision of Elixian.
Not this time.
Do I have any fun dreams since I got a nat 20? Do I have
Magic
dream?
Daddy!
You have a dream where
Dreams?
you're sitting in a forest and there's trees with no leaves on them. And at the tip of each of the branches, blood is dripping off of them.
That's not fun.
And off in the distance, you see the six-packed abed blonde soldier ride his horse through the blood-trodden forest.
What?
And we'll fade to black on that one.
Thank you. That's what I wanted.
Damn.
That wasn't that was.
I had to give it a Peter twist.
Thank. Well, interesting choices here being made here today. Interesting choices. For-
I'm just going to wake up.
Oh yeah, I just wake up like normal and I go get coffee.
Wake up.
I don't have any fun dreams. Nothing weird's happening. I'm just going to get off of a half of a cot. Because I assume today and I can share a cot because I only take up half and
you notice that I'm gone already.
I only sit upright. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wake up and I don't know, do the same like friendship stretch and be like, oh, shit.
What would you guys like to do this morning?
I would like to, first we have to collect... Tipsy has so many qualms! But we're gonna get a lotion.
Oh yes, do we see are they staying at the inn?
Yeah. They're a few cots away. You see them starting to awake.
They are probably actually reading a book because they're also of elven descent.
Ah, so you saw me get up in the morning.
Possibly?
Because I trance for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I feel like I looked at you and just like... What?
It's. I think it's kind of a toss-up whether they noticed or not at that point.
I mean, they didn't attempt to make any contact, so...
Yeah. Just keeping busy with a book.
As soon as the party is ready, I want to go talk to Caleb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I've had a cup of coffee, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, if I could take a to-go cup for that coffee, I sure as heck would. Like, Nade has been clearly waiting for the last 4 hours. Like, just...
You guys...
Not a restful trance.
Eat quickly. Still nice and quiet. The light kind of just caressing over the top of the wall of Bezosin. And set out to meet Caleb.
Are you bringing Aloysia with you in this excursion?
I believe the plan was to go straight to Betrayer's Rise, pretty much, as soon as we were allowed access. So,
Okay.
I think so, yeah. We were gonna just straight up take you with us.
Okay.
I think that's where we landed.
Like, I do want to figure out my dad, so, like, I don't know how that's gonna play in, but...
So, along your route, you pass by the infirmary. You see some people, late night stragglers who had been caught in the night's tussle with some more monsters.
That's why we didn't go out.
You see, you see a dilapidated temple off to the side, and on across the street, you see the Wall of Unforgotten. As you start to head to the back of the city to Betrayer's Rise, just to give you a good sense of what this feels like. I'm going to put this in the green room.
Okay.
Just a little visual as you kind of head toward the back, and Betrayer's Rise in the back.
Oh.
Ooh.
There's home.
That's
Not ready. Okay.
I'm gonna need you to cut down to half a pack a day.
I know.
Smoking's bad for you, Magic.
Trying. And as you see Betrayer's Rise, off to the left, you see a very freshly built black temple with very ornate structures on the side, and a big tower with a big bell at the top. And Nade, you notice the symbol of the stained glass to be that of Baphomet.
This is the new church. She'll be in here. And
It's very... Wow.
Well, she didn't like the last one, and apparently there's a furball squatting in there, who I have half a mind to say hi to, and tell him he doesn't have very good taste. He should have probably gone somewhere else, but...
Perhaps something we can pursue after this.
I knock on the door.
As you knock, the doors swing open eerily with a big creak. In front of you, a beautiful purple carpet drapes across the floor. Lining the walls are pews, and it leads straight up to an altar where stands the face of Baphomet. And light shines in through different outlets in the holes in the ceilings and in the walls, creating very light that kind of like traces across different and zigzag patterns across the floor.
Caleb?
Billowing and echoing, you hear, "Yes, sister."
Talk to me, please. No dramatics.
Talk to you. That's what we've done already. Getting bored.
Perhaps we had better cut to the chase then.
I like this one. What do you want? Daughter of all runes.
Pardon the fuck? And he... I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if you... I
Son
don't know
of all
if
runes.
you...
My apology. Correction on
Okay.
that. Correction
No,
on that.
you and I have to talk later. You and I actually legitimately have to talk about that specific thing later. There is like a thing that I don't think I've told you about.
Okay.
We'll talk later.
What do you know about... What do you know... What?
What do you... I mean, yes, I am... Alrunes is my mother. Yes.
Yes, we've been through this. We've been through this.
Have we? You and I?
No, not we and I. We've already just said this. What do you want? You were getting to the point.
Sorry, I'm just a little thrown. Not a lot of people.
We
really-
want access to Betrayer's Rise.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's. Yes.
Oh, don't we all?
Caleb,
What?
I will have access to Betrayer's Rise. I will not be
I am
thrown
not
into a
stopping
pit.
you. By all means, go ahead, jump in the
no.
pit.
What do you mean jump in the pit? There's a way to get into that prayer site that is not just you throwing people into a pit.
Yeah, I need to go see my uncle about the thing. If you know that I am the son of Alrunes, you know that I'm the nephew of your god.
The doors never opened.
What do you mean?
Ever since that day, the doors have remained shut.
What day?
Doesn't matter.
What
The day you
day?
changed churches or the day you cut your mom's head off?
The day my stupid mother decided to go in there.
Duly noted.
Caleb, I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
Leaving!
It's too
I
late
know
for
you
that
look-
now.
I know you looked for me. Do you have any idea why I left?
Do you have any idea the pain I had to suffer? For you
What
leaving?
What
For you
pain?
going and being your best self? Father pleaded. Cried for you for days for you to come back. It's all in the past now. It doesn't matter.
You won't even listen. You'll hear nothing.
Nothing you say matters. You left. That is what you have to bear. I did my job. And now, I get to be queen bitch.
Fuck.
So go ahead, go in the temple, kill yourself. The gates don't open, so climb down the fucking cliff for all I care.
I think we have our answer.
I think we do.
Or maybe beg Uncle Baphomet at the door. Please let me in.
You really are just like a miserable person.
Caleb, I will ask you one more question, and then you never have to see me again. Where's our father?
One more question, and you care about your father.
I already tried to apologize to you. You told me you would hear nothing. Where's our father?
Oh, Daddy-o! She snaps her fingers. And from behind a curtain, tattered clothing, holding a plate, comes. I'm sorry. Ma'am, your food's not due for another 15 minutes. Do you want it now, ma'am?
I Eldritch Blast my sister.
Oh.
Roll for initiative.
Just in this rage and fury of seeing what she's done to my father, who is a goblin, and seeing him like that, there is cruelty and being felt like you, and I think I'm going to say this, there is cruelty and being felt like you were left behind, and I don't fault you for that in the slightest. I left for my own reasons. I didn't think about you the way I should have. And now, I can accept a lot of things. I can accept ceremonial goodness. I understand what that's like. I've died 2 times before I ever fucking met you! Do you understand? But I will not stand here and let you treat our father like that. He has done nothing to you, so you will hurt me instead! That's a 19 on initiative.
Holy sh. Okay. Control my language.
Hey, I ain't worried about that on here.
It's just like this whole episode. I'm just like.
Marcella.
That's a whole 9.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. Peter.
That's also a 9.
We
What
are
is with these twin rolls today?
What is it with
State Farm power.
Power of State Farm.
Nade, or sorry, Peter, Marcella, I don't think I have to ask this, but Peter, you have faster dex, right?
Yes, I assume so.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have a 17.
Okay. Aloysia?
13.
Okay. Okay. Can you sort now? Sort. There we go. Nade, you are top of initiative. Go ahead.
I cast Eldritch Blast. And I want to make it very clear 2 things. I'm not trying to kill her. And I am showing the full brunt of my power for exactly what it is.
Okay.
It will become immediately recognizable. 12 to hit on the first one, on that attack. So that's the first beam, so the first beam misses, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that misses.
I rolled another 6. Both my beams miss. Please stop dying.
Sorry.
However, as a bonus action, because that was a cantrip, let's see what I have as bonus actions. I Misty Step so that I am in between her and my father.
You see the goblin man drop the plate and start turning around. Okay, is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn. There's nothing else I can do.
Okay. Aloysia.
I am going to pull my short bow and attempt to shoot. Well, no. I'm going to hold my action till the end of the turn. I'm going to hold my attack on what's her face, Callum. And just kind of get a lay of the battle as we go here. If Callum attacks any of the party, I'm going to attack her with a short bow strike. I'm going to try and remove myself from immediate strike range.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and find an advantageous place in this courtyard.
We're in the church, I believe.
Yeah. Church is, we're going to play theater of the mind here, so the church is about...
I know, you probably... Look, I'm sorry. She did shit to my dad.
Is there anywhere that I can get partial cover?
You could hide behind some of the pillars or some of the pews.
Okay. Probably one of the pillars.
And this is probably about a... I'm going to say 400 foot as far as like long wise and about 80 feet wide. Kind of corridor, just so you kind of have that in our heads. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. Let me double check real quick. Yeah. I don't have a good bonus action this round, so that's me done.
So, Marcella, Peter, you're by the door. The day, how far would you have Misty stepped?
I Misty stepped, so I was in between, because I did recognize him as my father, right?
Yeah, you did.
I know it's him. So I Misty stepped in between Gigris and her. So I would say I'm, however far away she was from him.
How far does Misty step go?
30 feet.
30 feet, okay. So, you see Calum reach down, look towards Uniday, and sees you close to the father and kind of goes, but you always care about your friends more, and casts a sphere of energy towards them. Energy ripples in about 60-foot radius, so I think it's
counter spell.
How does that work?
It's a reaction.
Does it have a level cap?
What level spell are you casting?
6th level.
Casting a 3rd level, which means I can roll for it.
Okay.
I roll my spell modifier, which is a +3, and if I roll a 16, I can counterspell it.
Okay.
It's a 7. I fail.
I need everyone but Naday, because you're close. You're in between the father. She, like, you can tell she intentionally avoided Grigis, to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Is this a poison effect?
No.
Okay. Because I have advantage against poison effects because of Infernal Constitution. That's an
That is
8.
a 19. Not twins this time.
15.
Okay. Peter, you're the only one that failed. The rest of you will take half damage. Oh. Sorry, it whipped away. It's going to be 32 points of damage.
Jesus.
What type of damage is it?
Necrotic.
How much did you say? 30?
32.
Jesus.
Duly noted.
They have nothing to do with this. Leave them out of it.
And the Marcella so you take half. She's gonna turn to you and go, "It's too late now, isn't it?" And is going to legendary action cast Eldritch Blast directly at Uniday. The first one's a 24.
Hits.
The next
I believe
one's...
I believe a legendary action can only happen after a player's turn.
Can't happen yet. It has to be after a player's turn.
Okay.
Ooh. We just avoided death.
I was straight up gonna die. That would have been death.
I have 10 hit points right now. I'm not doing so hot.
We
Peter.
may have to run.
Is it my turn? All right. She did a hurt on me, so I'm gonna do a hurt on her.
Fun fact, she casts Circle of Death on you guys.
Jesus.
Did you have her built beforehand, or did you just find it? You knew I was gonna do this.
I am going to do my 2 attacks because I get 2 attacks now. So that's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And I am going to go ahead and use a key point to do Stunning Strike. You must succeed on a DC 12 saving throw or be stunned until the end of your next turn.
What am I rolling?
Constitution.
Ah.
DC 12. It's not very high, but it's better than nothing.
They rolled a 14.
Well, they still take, from that first attack, they take 6 points of damage. Now my second attack, which is an 18 to hit.
That hits.
They take another 7 damage.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
They will now legendary action. I've never done one of these, so it's exciting. That's a lie. I did it the intro.
You made my sister a BBG.
I did. They're going to cast Eldritch Blast on you today. The first beam is a 14 to hit.
That misses.
The second beam is a natural 20.
That doesn't hit. I don't know what you're talking about.
The third beam is a 10 to hit.
10 misses.
So one hits.
Ooh.
Doing near max damage, 18 damage.
Oh.
And Nade, as these 3 beams, 2 of them whizzing past you, and the last one hits you, you could smell what your room used to smell like in Bezosin. Almost as taunting. Marcella, you're up.
So in recognizing that this is probably not going to be a battle that's going to be won, this is we need to hightail it out of here. I don't know. She's not a shouter. But we're gonna shift into ye old warhorse. For mostly for the speed and the pack mule ability. And God, I love a level up, guys. So we shift into the warhorse again. From what you guys remember last time is nothing but everything was intact but a face. This time, when Marcella shifts, it's not painful, but it looks grotesque. Her bones snap out of place, and out of the ridge of the horse's spine come these spikes that protrude out of the back. Half of the face is falling off, and kind of from like the elbow down, it's slowly turning into nothing but bone. And she's gonna promptly stampede her way in front of Nade.
Marcella, move.
You should listen to your friend.
I can't talk, so there's a lot of angry face making.
A lot of angry whinnies.
Angry
Yeah,
horse
there's like
face.
angry whinnies
AKA
and
regular horse face.
Yeah, like the huffs, right? They do those like huffs of air, like it's just.
Yeah, and essentially it's just she's like, you're gonna tell her to move. She's gonna say something inconsequential, and you're just gonna get a big ol' out of her, probably snapping a pew in the process. But yeah, because that guy that's a speed of 60 plus my temporary hit points, and I will fuck a bitch up if I have to. But I'm mostly there so you can toss your dad on me, and we can run.
That's kind of what I'm.
Because I'm not going to fight your sister without your explicit permission.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, because I can't. I wish I could wild shape as bonus action.
So, in the six seconds of combat, we see Nade misty step forward to get in between Grigus and Calum, and then we see a fury of Eldritch blasts go between sister to sister, as Calum also cast a rippling dark circle into the corner, affecting everyone over there. As Aloysia backs into the corner, readying their bow, Marcella tramples forward in a grotesquely beautiful horse, and Peter starts landing a few blows. That'll bring us back to Nade. Ah, sister.
I had a held action, but I am going to drop my action.
Okay.
Because Aloysia still can't tell, like, how far down this path we're going.
Okay.
I look at Callum, and I know that I just humiliated myself in front of someone who clearly has more power than I do. That she's not going to listen to me. And I look at her in the eyes and I say, no more games. No more jabs. When you're ready, you find me and we fight this out one-on-one. And I cast darkness.
She is.
Wait, no, I lied. I can't cast darkness. I used both my spells.
Okay.
Just kidding. That would have been so epically cool, but the warlock spell economy is minimal. Because I used counterspell and it failed, and I used Misty Step. So instead, what I'm going to do is I am going to, if you'll allow the shenanigans, may I cast 2 Eldritch Blasts to distract her after I put my father on the horse and tell everyone to run?
Yes, as you do so, her face shapeshifts into your mother and goes, "Ah, darling, it's been so nice to see you," and then shapeshifts back.
What the hell was that?
Unsettling.
I think I'm gonna, in my first movement, I pick up my father, and I just whisper, "I'll see you soon." I put him on Marcella's back, and I yell, "Run!" And as I do, I fire off 2 Eldritch Blast Beams to distract her while everyone else runs.
Okay. Are you going to try to land to hit to distract, or are you just going to... I will say, make me a perception check.
Sure. That's a nat 1.
There are a bunch of random objects that perhaps you could shoot at. Some high, some low.
I am going to shoot at the 2 of my beams. I'm going to shoot one at her. Hopefully we'll hit and cause her to like double over for a bit. And then I'm going to shoot one at the closest breakable thing I can see that might shatter over her head.
Okay. You
But
see
I
a
rolled a nat
chandelier right
1.
above her head.
Even with a nat 1, I can see it because that was a fail.
I mean, yeah, nat 1 doesn't mean you don't see it. I just wasn't going to lay it out. I was going to let you
Right, okay.
get there.
I'm going to see if the first Eldritch Blast hits her because I didn't have luck last time. It's a 24!
That hits.
Nice.
As the power ripples out, it takes on the gleaming light of the Luxon beam for the first time. There's no hiding it like she has other times where it's just been swirling different colors of energy. It is the bright light that looks exactly like the beam, and it takes on, in a different way, the smell of the room that she and I used to share. But it's not hatred, it's justice. I hit her with it for a total of... Oh god, I'm crying so much right now. Mission accomplished. Where's my D10? That is gonna hit her for 9 damage. And I'm gonna fire the second shot at the chandelier. I don't think that's gonna do it. That's a 13. I mean, it's a chandelier, so I defer to you.
Yeah, it wasn't a critical strike, like you didn't knock it down to land on her, but some glass does shatter across as you see some kind of land on her face and give her a few cuts. And this big, boisterous yell just echoes throughout the chamber.
That's a different noise. And then with my movement, I'm gonna start running, because there's no way we can win this fight. We just need to get to the Betrayer's Rise doors and try to get in.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just read grotestical and I hated it.
Grotestical! Everyone needs to know that Evelyn put grotestical in the chat, and I'm upset about it. But can I, Magic, before we move on, can I just say a little bit about what Callum's and my room smelled like?
Absolutely.
It smelled like lavender, because Nade always put lavender in her room because it was the one thing they could remember that felt like good. It was lavender and the smell of mud and dirt because they would play outside, and lawn whispered nights where Nade would tell her that she would always protect her when, you know, because she was so little when she left.
As the scent and the glass hit her, you see one single tear fly from their cheek as they turn their head as the glass hits them in the face.
And my father, for clarification, I keep messing up his name too. It's Gigris.
Gigris.
Which you made up! And this little goblin in tattered clothes is now on your back, Marcella.
Okay, and then are you booking it to the door?
We're booking it. There's no way we can win this fight. She's legendary action. She's level 6 spells. We're going.
Hard pass.
Aloysia.
Yeah, I will put away my bow and run full round after. Because you guys turn to go further in to Betrayer's Rise or out?
In. We're trying to find the gates.
Okay.
So on the outside of the church is kind of like on the side of Betrayer's Rise. And when you go straight, you could take a right to head back into the town or take a left to go to the gate.
Left.
So you're going to have to shout directions at me. So
I yelled left!
Thank you.
All right.
I don't know where I'm going, but in case anybody tries to attack us, by the way, let me know, because I already had proficiency in intimidation, but now I get to flex it. I'm so terrified. She's like this big, but now she's like this big.
She's so big. Big druid. Big horse.
Eager.
Big
horse.
Big horse.
The big horse. So yeah, just.
Caleb's gonna take their action.
You bitch.
Peter is the last one left in the room because he hasn't run out.
I haven't left.
It's not my turn yet.
I haven't moved far enough.
Oh, true.
I've only moved 30 feet. I'm still in the church.
Oh, true.
The only one who made it out was Aloysia. Aloysia is the only one who made it out.
Marcella.
Hello.
Oh, interesting.
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, something I'm good at.
Oh, good. Yes, make the druid make the wisdom save. I'm fine with this.
It's my mushroom dice.
Come on.
21.
You see Caleb reach forward and wisps go from their hand over, and you see them fly towards the tail of the horse as this crackling voice says, kill your friends. And you feel the pressure into your mind, but you're able to resist it.
Get wrecked, son!
Peter, you're up.
Yeah, Peter's gonna if everybody's saying run, then yeah, he's gonna run. I have 40 feet of movement, and I can do Step of the Wind if I need to. I don't think I need to if I just take a regular dash action, because that's a total of 80 feet. Unarmored defense. Or unarmored movement.
Unarmored movement. What is that? I love you so much, friends.
Okay. Marcella.
Yo, work.
Just booking out the door.
Booking it, high speed, 60 feet of movement as the warhorse.
Not to tattle on myself and be that kid who's like, but teacher, do we have homework? Because I would have been within 5 feet of her because my previous attack. Is she going to take an attack of opportunity?
They're not focused on you right now.
That's fair. Cool. Just wanted to double check and make sure.
I have taken away her prized.
So, Aloysia, Peter, and Marcella are headed out the door. Nade, you're close to the door, but not out yet.
Not out yet.
They will legendary action. Nade, make me a dexterity save.
19.
As you see a black tentacle come out from behind their back and slash towards the chandelier near the door. It comes crashing down as you dodge forward and roll out the front door. And you hear from inside, "Bring back father!" And you are...
Eat my dick! I'm kidding.
We are going to go into a light initiative, so what would you guys like to do?
We're heading for the gates, I think, right?
Yeah. That's
I think what I actually yell, I don't even yell anything back to her. Like, she doesn't get to use my father as a plaything.
Okay. So you guys book it to the gate of Bezosin. Betrayer's Rise, excuse me. And as you look in front, you see all of these etchings of all of these different figures and these old betrayer gods on the front entrance. You see guards kind of looking at you curiously as you are booking it across a large gray slab of stone that leads up to the door.
I run to my father for the first time since this happened. I take his hands from his position on the back. I say, I want to say more that is nicer and kinder and gentler and how much I missed you. Do you know what Mother did to open this gate?
He looks down and goes, "She needs me.
She does not need you.
She needs me.
Why?
Without me, I take care of her."
What do you mean take care of her? She treats you like garbage. That's not acceptable.
Why did you come back?
Because I had to.
The rest of you, what are you doing in this moment?
Crying necrotic tears and watching defiled ground spread on the ground. Fuck.
We are outside this gate that is part of this temple.
Is there writing on the gate or anything?
Yeah.
Is there,
you said there were etchings. Can we investigate anything?
So Peter, I'm assuming you're going to go up to investigate it?
Yes.
As you,
I will as well.
Yes. As Peter goes up to the gate, you feel the jewel that's around your chest get heavy and hot. And your clothes shine with a bright, ecstatic light as you see the jewel, a beam shoot forward and a light go from the bottom of the door to the top as it cracks open.
Guys, I got the open.
I am still holding on to my father's hands. I'm like, why do you have to go back to her? Please don't go back to her, please.
I'm gonna smack you with my tail. Get on. In we go.
I get on the horse and have this heartfelt moment with my father on the horse as we're running into the goddamn Betrayer's Rise.
It's true. It's all true.
Why wouldn't it be true?
She needs me, and from behind you guys, you see Calum now flying like as very quickly across as she turns and locks eyes. Behind her, glowing purple like tendrils come from her, and she goes, "How? No, this was my right." As the doors slowly close as you enter.
I told you, bitch, he's my uncle.
Oh, but the door's closed. Thank God.
And now we're in this temple.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm just grabbing. As you ran across the bloodstained bridge that extend over the chasm to the swirling silver mist, on the far side, you went through the stone black door inscribed with a circle containing a profile of a smiling woman. The symbol is gouged with the deep marks as if something with claws had tried to, but failed to scour it from the stone. Aloysia, go ahead and make me a religion check because you did want to investigate that. The door closing radiated a faint crimson light, and the light slowly pulses as if beckoning at you to touch it again.
I'm getting like the most mediocre rolls today. That's an 11.
You know they needed a 10. You notice that the symbol is that of Avandra the Changebringer.
There she is again.
Yeah, that's the second time she... Well, is that the art that Question had done?
Yeah.
And Elixion had mentioned had mentioned her.
Yeah, and she's the one who she turned... Sorry, who went to what again? There was someone who she had turned into something really bad, and my brain is blanking.
The hero who died at Betrayer's Rise. The hero who bore the pendant, who died at Betrayer's Rise.
Yeah.
What did she do to him again?
Turned him into a vengeful revenant.
So, go ahead.
No, go for it.
As you guys kind of go across, I'm gonna basically just tell you the pendant is able to open the door, should you need to come and go. The room that you enter is this beautiful room with stained glass going up the side, tall ceilings, and you notice across another door, just kind of sitting there chilling.
Sorry, what? Sitting and chilling?
Yeah, I'm
The
sorry.
door.
Who's in there?
Another
The door.
Oh, a door. Okay.
It's just a
Oh.
door.
I'm gonna get off of Morcella and look at my father, and I say, I have to do this. I have to find out what's in here that's causing the problems in this world. But I need to know two things. What happened to Callum?
Well, a while back, so your mom and gotten quite angry when you left, and Well, Calum, with you gone, kind of taking the brunt force of it, and finally she got fed up and took the place for her own.
Where does she need you?
I take care of her.
Explain to me what that means.
She's not always mean. There's times I still see my little girl.
It's my fault.
No. You
Papa,
couldn't,
it's my fault.
baby girl. It couldn't have been you.
I could have done it.
You would have died.
Does she know? Did you ever tell her, or did you just write a book?
Heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about the book you wrote about me. Subtle, Dad.
It's not really a book. It's my journal of you. I used to put all the memories we had, and I lost it, and she doesn't know, though. She doesn't know that you're Luxon. Oh, I wouldn't tell her.
Why not? What would she do?
She always wanted to be special. You took over, and I didn't want that. I didn't want my girls to hate each other. I gave them both the best worlds. With you leaving, you were able to go and live your life and be the Luxon you deserved. And with her, she took her place and she got to feel special. And I gave my girls everything I could.
I hug my father tightly, and I say, "Then go to her. You shouldn't be in here.
I miss
You're gonna get hurt."
I miss you so much.
Miss you too, Daddy. Please go.
He kind of looks over at Peter.
Oh, I will walk him back to the gate so I can let him out.
I'm sorry.
As
Aloysia is going to follow the two of them and sort of hold her hands at the ready in front of themselves. Like, not like sneaky, like, just like going with the two of them.
Yeah, in case something tries to get in as we open the door. Like, I definitely have, like, my hammer ready.
Yeah, I will be stepping in front of a very upset friend.
The crimson light of the door glow as it cracks ever so slightly, enough for your father to pass through. You see an Eldritch Blast kind of hit the top of the door, and the doors quickly close. And as you look past, you see through the last slit of the door, your father turned back in his green eye, looking straight at you, tears running down his face.
Right, we have a mission. Let's go what we need to get.
All right.
As Aloysia and Peter are walking back to the other two, or the rest of the group, they're going to pull a small bottle out of their pack and hand a brilliant red potion over to Peter.
What is it?
It's for your wounds.
Oh, thank you. And he'll...
Meanwhile, I look at Marcel and I say, "Are you hurt? You're still a horse, so I'm assuming."
I'm actually gonna go. We'll go ahead and we'll
change back.
Dispel that. Yeah. Get rid of all my weird shenanigans. But I also bought healing potions. So I will be.
I think I'm gonna just use my healing. I think I have a healing potion too, so I'm just gonna roll that and see what I get.
What type of healing potion did you
6.
give me? So I know how much to roll.
Potion of healing, the 2d4.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And I'm gonna go ahead and you see that I start glowing with that God, I never remember my scents. I really should just remember my goddamn candle collection.
We have
Are
it
they
written
in
down somewhere.
your thing?
They're in my character sheet, my thing, yeah. The healing light is the eucalyptus and spearmint. You smell that a little as I'm going to try to heal myself with that. Cool. I healed almost to full. Because I got real hurt. I was like, thank God for tough, is all I'm saying. Thank God for tough.
I didn't get hurt enough for anybody to be worried, so...
I was half down, and I would have been dead had I not taken tough.
I'm still below half. But I will be fine.
When you come back, you see that immediately. I see that you're still looking beat up, and I'm gonna use 2 more d6 on you of this healing light.
Oh, thank you.
That is 8 points of healing.
Bliss. Now that's a different spell.
I'm gonna hold on to a couple of these because your healer is out of spell slots because she fought her sister.
It'd be like that sometimes.
I guess I'm not the only healer. We would normally have Damaros, and we have Morcella. So
I'm like.
Welcome to the eyeliner being a mess now.
I'm like back passenger seat, jump seat healer. So
are you
don't count on me.
He looks quite pleased with himself.
Like getting to the halfway point of the campaign, it feels like a massive.
Are we really at the halfway point?
Getting pretty close.
My God, that's insane.
Wow. That's wild.
Okay, I think we just keep going forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go through the next set of doors.
As you push open the doors, the walls of this hallway are covered with carvings that depict a great battle involving mortals, celestials, and fiends. A faint whistling noise emerges from the walls, sounding almost like snoring.
Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same thing.
Go ahead.
Back to the bad rolls. That's a 9.
That's a 5.
I would like to look over the walls.
Today, Peter, you were not able to find anything right now.
I didn't think so.
For those wanting to look at the walls, make a history or religion check. You will get different information, but based on what you...
Can I also do that?
Yeah, even though we failed perception.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
perception was a dirty 20.
You get no perception because you're too busy looking at the wall.
Yeah. That's 14
Did I perceive
for
anything?
religion.
Yeah, because Morcella got a dirty 20 perception.
With that, you realize that the sound of the snoring is coming from the walls. When you look at the walls, you see that they have scores of 1-inch diameter holes drilled into them. As you move along, you see the eyeballs kind of look at you.
Ooh.
Hell no, I'm not looking, no.
I rolled a 21 for religion.
Okay.
I also got a 21 for religion.
14.
Did
I
anyone
also
do history?
got a 21.
21 triplets!
Nice.
I did 21 for history. I've got religion and history the same, so.
Okay, Marcella. As you're looking over the carvings of the battle, you realize that it's the Battle of the Barbed Fields. The fight was a climatic battle of the calamity in which the devotees of the prime deities broke through the garrison at Betraya's Rise and reached the walls of Gordranas. Prominently depicted in one scene is a proud, melancholy warrior with curly hair carrying a spear and a shield. By his side are 2 figures, a white-haired girl no more than 12 years old and a young adult woman with hair that flows behind her, turning into a road upon which countless soldiers march. With the high religion check, you know that the 2 figures are common depictors of the gods Shihanin, the Moonweaver, and Avandra, the Chainspringer.
Moonweaver was mentioned.
Yeah, that's right.
Oof.
Trying to remember what. I'm trying to see if I wrote down at least a summary of what Elixian said. Moonweaver, guide those with powers to where I first prayed to you. Changebringer, Temple of Evil. I think we're in the right.
Elixian the hero who got turned into a vengeful revenant?
This is very possible.
The place I first prayed to you. Also, I look at I look at Peter and like after all these emotions and went, wait, how did she know about you?
That's a great question.
How did she know?
Like, I don't know. Maybe it's like, I mean, my mother does not really have like many children, so there is like a rumor that Lolth, who like the spider queen of the Drow, she might be my sister. It's unclear.
Noted.
The myth, there's a lot of mythos. I try to like look into it where I can, because she's not Elrunes is not exactly forthcoming with a lot of information. I've really only met her twice. I have no idea how your sister would have known me. I am not exactly a well-known figure.
Being a chosen of Baphomet might do that.
Yeah.
Well, there are eyes looking at us and they're snoring, which is very perturbing to me, and I think we should keep moving.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's a door at the other end, right? Yeah.
Magic, we cannot hear you.
As you go through the hallway, the eyes continue to look at you. In the next
stare at him
chamber,
right back.
the next chamber is empty except for a skull-shaped vase on a small semicircular table resting against the back wall of an alcove and the northern wall. 6 narrower alcoves line the east and west wall. The northeast alcove seems to have once led to a hallway, but is now caved in.
Is it the only one that seems to lead to a hallway?
The northeast one, yes. You do
Is
notice on the northwest side there is some abyssal language. I don't know if anyone speaks abyssal.
I do.
Hey!
What does it say?
It says. No.
It does not.
In my head, because of the accent I've given Peter, I imagine abyssal to be like a mix of German and Russian layered under like 6 layers of static.
100% am down for this. This is my new headcanon. Oh, that's so good.
To me, it says, to me, touch your hand. To me, relinquish hope. To you, accept death. To you, invite hollowness.
I don't think we should touch this wall. Can I make some kind of like, and I translate this for the rest of the group, and I can I make some kind of, can I make a religion check on this wall?
Make me an insight check.
An insight check.
Oh,
okay.
insight. All right.
17.
You understand that the wall wants to devour your body, but that the wall can consume only someone who has accepted they'll die and doesn't struggle at the fate.
Oh.
What is
interesting. Well, so if you touch this wall, it will consume your body. However, it only wants someone who is willing to accept the fate of their death.
What is there to gain from that, if anything?
Do I get a sense that it would like open a door here, or is that all I get with a?
It's on the direct opposite side that there's a tunnel on the other side, so maybe.
Yeah. I have a feeling it would open another doorway. Rooms like this have a tendency to be symmetrical, and we cannot go through the northeast. However, I would prefer not to die. I will accept it when the time comes. It's just the natural cycle of things. But,
There was a time where I thought I'd be ready because I'd be within range. I'm not ready to give up this life yet.
yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a viable way for us to get through. Because
What about
we don't...
Sorry, what?
I don't know if this would be a viable way for us to get through, but I'm not sure what else.
What about the caved-in one? Can we try to open
And there's
that
also
up somehow?
the skull on the vase in front.
I'm gonna go.
Oh,
That's
I was
right.
gonna
I
go
have an
try and
idea.
investigate that.
Marcella, do you want to
Yeah,
take care of it?
Marcella, you go.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you because that was a really cool static moment.
Thank you.
I was like, I didn't want to say anything because I was letting this play out. I was hoping you were gonna do that again.
It says.
So good. I love this.
Marcella, make
So
me a
good.
perception check.
I took my glasses off and then I rolled the one dice I can't read. You said
what a
perception.
mood.
Yeah.
Plus 3, 21.
21. You see jagged markings along the edge of the table, which make up a phrase in Abyssal.
Neat. Peter?
I come over and I read it for everyone.
Says on the side, cast that which you value into oblivion.
Cast that which you value into oblivion. So I wonder then. I wonder if we used the skull on the. Well, we would also have to put forth something that
Aloysia,
something valuable.
make me a religion check.
My thought was taking the vase and throwing it against the wall.
21.
You recognize that oblivion refers to Tharzadon, the betrayer god of emptiness and entropy, also known as the chained oblivion.
Because my thought was, is there something in the vase from what Marcella has looked at?
I thought it was just flowers.
Flowers?
No, there's nothing in it. It's a big cavity, as if something could go in it, but there's nothing there.
What if we put the skull in the vase?
I think we should try it.
The vase is shaped like a skull, right?
Correct.
Oh,
it's
the
not a
vase
skull,
is the
yeah.
skull.
Well, my
What
thought
did the
was-
table say again?
Cast that which you value into oblivion.
Oh, we put something in the vase. We have to choose something of value to put into the vase.
See, my thought was throw the vase at the wall, but
I love it.
Chaos, pure chaos. Something of value. Like what? And it's most value, not just value.
Something you most value.
It says cast that which
Oh,
which
that-
you value.
Which you value.
Oh, okay,
not most
cast that which you
valuable.
value.
I just was making it more dramatic, clearly.
I put a gold piece in.
Doesn't do anything yet.
Okay. That might not be the right type of value.
I take out my
This-
dagger and cut
this
my
is
hand
looking
open
very
and drip
much-
in blood.
Okay.
This is looking very much like tribute to Tharzadon.
Who's Tharzadon?
That is
The
the betrayer
god
god.
of
Can I-
oblivion.
Marcella?
Can I roll real fast just for what I do know about the Betrayer God, since I kind of sit in the neutral zone?
Absolutely. Make me a religion or history check.
Can I do that as well?
Yep.
Yeah, because I
Yes, I would
grew up
also
with
like
that.
to try and do a religion.
Your blood
check.
does nothing.
I embarrassedly dab at my hand, like, yeah, I knew that wouldn't work. That is.
Why is it
That's a
always the
dirty
palm?
20.
Why?
What did you
That's a
say?
9.
Marcella, what did you say?
Dirty 20.
I got a 21.
All right. What information are you looking for?
We're trying.
Sorry, you go first.
You
I'll
go
wait.
first.
Damn it! I thought I beat you to it this time. I'm just looking for, I guess, really general knowledge, because the Wild Mother sits on that, just on the side of the not betrayer gods. The lack of words is here, but come almost like in the neutral zone. So I'm really just looking for what like when we mention the betrayer gods, or when we mention things that have happened, as far as like oh shit, what is all the I had a whole thing, don't worry. The barb fields and all that stuff, just that, like, I'm getting the recollection back as keywords are like put in front of me.
Yeah, you remember a little bit about the Calamity, very old stories. And you remember, when it comes to betrayer gods, that they were quite cruel, and always had a cost for everything. Nothing was free. Nade.
With I am looking for pertinent knowledge that I would have known growing up in this area with a mother who was a cult leader and people who would worship these gods. Is there any insight I would glean into what this god is looking for?
I'm gonna say the insight or the feeling you get is 1 gold piece isn't enough for a betrayer god. I mean, this is a betrayer god. Like, they're up there.
I grimace, pull out 50 gold, and put it in the vase.
As you put it in the vase, the gold, all of it, melts into a solid red hot liquid. That was not impossible because I said a solid liquid. And as it does so, the
love science.
Eyes of the skull light up crimson, and the wall vanishes in front of you.
Makes sense. Everything has a high cost to these gods.
Oh, smart. Let's keep going.
What did you say, Alicia?
Smart.
Experience. Keep going.
Its eye sockets flash red, the offering decays to the point of being worthless, and the wall behind slides upward, revealing a long tunnel. Interesting. Okay.
Is the tunnel dark?
As you head down this tunnel...
Is the tunnel dark? Because I've got dark vision.
Oh yeah, we all have, everyone present, I'm pretty sure, has dark vision.
I don't know. Does Journey have dark vision?
Elf, yeah.
Interesting.
You should if you're an elf.
The hesitation here is interesting.
I don't remember.
I believe if you're an elf, I believe you
Yes.
automatically have dark vision.
Any
do.
kind of elf?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, regular elves also have dark vision.
It's been a really
'cause they've
long
got,
time
like,
since I actually played an elf.
Oh, that's fair. I'm an elf.
Are you on a shelf?
As you head down the dark corridor, you start to hear awful wailing, and the wailing gets louder and louder. As you approach this chamber, a beam of light above illuminates a statue in the middle of the room. The statue is made of pure marble, a pale gray marble. It's shaped like a man on his knees, arms pinioned behind his back, trussed up and changed and cut into his skin. Hooks line the corners of the figure's mouth, pulling his lips away from his teeth, and a smaller barbs encircle his eyes, holding his eyelids open. All the while, hideous noise comes out from the statue's open mouth, yet still its expression is one of ecstasy. A double door made of iron is set in the statue's chest. These surfaces have no handles. A triangle, each side 40 feet long, is carved into the floor around the statue surrounding it. At each of the triangle's points, a stone arm is jutting up from the floor with its hands outreached. And I will send this picture as a spoiler It's of stone, so it doesn't look as grotesque.
Where are you sending it?
Description was spot on.
Green room.
Yeah, that was a hard time. That was a hard time for me.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna look at it, but I'm gonna have a bad time.
I'm gonna look at it. I'm not gonna like it, but I'm gonna look at it.
I'm gonna have a
please
bad
make sure
time.
there's
I
a-
hate Igor.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yep, I spoiled it.
Spoiler tag.
Not
Thank you.
spoiler, a written content warning for anybody who is not currently present at the session. Not
Yeah.
like, but like body horror content warning.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, that's
Those
Yeah,
are coming,
that's-
those chains are coming right out of his nips.
God damn it, Evelyn!
well. For
Oh.
anybody watching at home, it looks just as it was described.
Oh, it's awful.
You're not
It's
missing
absolutely
anything.
awful. You're not missing anything.
Yep.
We will
It's
add a
awful.
body horror warning to the top of this video. Honestly, just a warning for this entire episode. Tipsy doesn't shut the fuck up and cries a lot.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Retching, for one.
Can we do another religion check?
Yeah, something we can do.
Are you guys coming closer to the
Or-
statue?
I'm not stepping into the triangle.
No, me neither.
But
I will be stepping
I
to
will.
the edge of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like look. I'm gonna look at a hand and try to get a sense of it. If I can do history or religion or anything with my knowledge.
Okay.
I'll do a religion check as well.
I'll do history this again.
Dirty 20 religion for today.
Okay.
Son of a biscuit.
14 religion. I am also getting very middling rolls today.
Okay.
12 for me.
I think Nade had the high one.
Marcella had a
Marcella.
roll.
I rolled
Um,
history, so I'll wait.
So we had the 3 religion checks.
Yeah, with the religion check, trying to see any other information. They don't really give me a lot of information on the statue. So, you know that this is some type of creature that seems to be both enjoying and hating the position that it's in. Cursed by the 3 hands. I will allow, without you guys kind of asking, a perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 6.
7.
Marcella, Aloysia?
Oh, I was sorry. I was
Also,
still
would
waiting for your
you check your DM, please?
Yeah.
12, apparently. All the 12s. Just all 12.
Oops, all 12s.
turn. That was that's a 15 for perception, and then the history check too was a 22.
Yeah, so a history, I mean, even with a 22, you really can't tell what's going on here, but you do know that this being is cursed by Torog's hunger. Giving you a little insight into the kind of curse that's happening here. The creature, if wasn't stone, was real, would probably try to attack anything that it saw. Aloysia is able to notice that on the higher points of the arms are throbbing purple-black pustules on each of the palms.
Do I recognize them
Not really.
for what they are?
Do I recognize them? I got a 15.
Well, alongside the history, perhaps they have something to do with the curse.
On the
Nothing
palms
vested.
of the arms from the floor, or the palms of the figure in the center?
On the palms on each of the hands, the 3 hands around.
From the
Yes,
floor, right? Okay.
yes.
Do we want this thing to be freed if it looks like it'll attack us as soon as it is?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
No. I'm more curious about the door.
We need
Stop.
access to the doors.
I would like to do something that could potentially be a little bit stupid.
Great.
I want to, since I'm standing at the edge of the triangle, I want to put like 1 foot in the triangle and see if anything happens. That way I can pull it back if I need to.
Playing hokey pokey with the religious symbolism.
Yes.
Yeah,
Put
buddy.
right foot.
A
No,
Christmas saving throw.
Oh no!
You put your right foot in. You
Would y'all like to know what I get to a charisma saving throw?
Is it a +0?
It's a -1.
Negative,
God.
yeah.
So that's a 4 -1 for a 3.
Ooh.
Do you have fewer than half your hit points?
No, not currently.
Okay. I want you to turn
just
around
barely.
and attack one of your.
Are you gonna make me choose?
Yeah.
Please don't. Please tell me who to. I'm gonna roll a d4 because I refuse to make this choice by myself.
You can make it an unarmed attack.
Okay. It doesn't make a difference because I get a d6 for either way. I
True.
upgraded from a d4 to a d6. We love level 5. 1 for Nade, 2 for Marcella, 3 for Aloysia, and 4 for reroll, I guess.
Sorry, I've been mispronouncing every name tonight. I don't know what's been
That's a
going on.
reroll.
Totally fine.
3.
That's
Aloysia.
Marcella.
2 was Marcella.
Oh, 3
was
is.
Aloysia.
Oh, that's Aloysia.
Aloysia.
Oh god, I'm so sorry.
Um,
Welcome to the party. We're going to punch you in initiation.
Okay.
It's hazing. We don't trust you.
Does a 24 hit?
Does a 24
Does a
hit?
24 hit? Yes. 24
Yes.
hit.
Wasn't that the exact number?
That is 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and I immediately and what is like happening to me right now? Can you describe that for me
As
so I can
you
describe a good response?
Step closer to the triangle. The wail that you hear infects your head, and the inner voice that you hear is no longer there. All you hear is this wail, as if it was your own voice constantly in your head.
But does that like
It forces you to harm another creature you can see.
okay.
It specifically says using a spell that or attack that deals the highest amount of damage, but I am not going to do that for you guys.
After I
Holy cow.
do this, do I like regain my sanity?
Not quite.
Or am I still okay? So I guess Peter is like he does this, and then he like pulls his arm in, but you can see that something's still not quite right, and there's like this like really terrified look in his eyes underneath like whatever spell thing is happening. It's just like, oh god, oh no, oh god, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh
When I
no.
reach out, I grab him and try to pull him away.
That is
Yeah,
what we're
if
going to end tonight.
What?
No!
Ooh.
I feel bad, I just punched my friend.
We don't even get to know what Churney's character's true intentions are? Damn it!
Not this session, but they'll be back next session. They're the guests.
Mad.
Also, ow, my face.
I do. Can I say that I had enough, because I only put one little foot in, that like I didn't punch them at least in the face, but like maybe in like, I don't know, like the shoulder or something. That is like
Punch me in the
My
face.
No, I don't.
I made this
I feel
choice from my
so
character.
bad. You're the guest, and I attacked you.
So I was willing
It's a
to
great
take
round
it.
of D&D.
Oh, I love it.
It's good times.
I love it. It's a good
I am
time.
having a great time. Aloysia is getting beat up real bad, but I'm having a great time. So thank you so
Oh,
much
if I had a
having me.
healing
Sorry
capability,
Making
I would.
this in the day hour. Good lord.
Absolutely
if
do
I
not
had a-
apologize. I'm the DM and
no,
I did
you're
this.
good.
So with
Magic
that,
brought this upon us.
we're going to go around, and everyone, this is the time where you can say thank you and promote yourself. We'll start off with Tipsy.
Hi! You can find me on TikTok at the Tipsy Tiger. You can also find me on Instagram at the.tipsy.tiger, but I really don't do very much there. I also am a game master in my own right, and I will torment magic later. Don't you worry. I run a homebrew called Romithra, and I maybe we'll be streaming some stuff on the Magic Academy. You never know.
Let's go.
And in addition, you can check out my coffee, which is coffee.com/thetipsytiger if you're interested in some rewards if you want. I also stream on the Mountain Shade Village Discord. I'm really discombobulated. I cried a lot this session. Someone else talk.
Evelyn.
Hi, my name is Evelyn. You can find me at Evelyn sometimes on pretty much everything. That is EVELYNN sometimes. On Tumblr, you can find me at Evelyn-sometimes, because I'm pretty sure when I first made the username, without the dash was taken, I could probably get it without the dash now. I'm just very lazy. You can, that is where I take art commissions. I also stream on Twitch Wednesdays and Fridays. I was off last week for stuff, but I'm back on this week. Wednesday, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be making some characters in Roll20 for some upcoming one-shots that I'm in. So if you've ever wanted to learn how to make a character in Roll20, come hang out and watch that, and you might learn how to use it, because I find it a lot easier to use than D&D Beyond, because D&D Beyond has stupid fucking paywalls. Yes, you can find me at Evelyn sometimes everywhere.
Marcella.
Hello.
Sweet and Lore.
All of the things on Sweet and Lore. All of the things. Just my card's up on our end, so it'll pop here shortly. All of the things. Twitter, I'm hardly on, but occasionally you'll find me retweeting Journey because I'm obnoxious. Instagram, have a good time. I'm just gonna be posting some fun shenanigans as soon as I get my costuming set back up. And then, I mean, you know, you can friend me on Discord at Sweet and Lore if you could figure out my numbers. I'd be more than happy to be your friend. And occasionally on Twitch, as long as OBS stops trying to overload itself and shut down.
Journey.
We've been playing some Dragon Age, and we'll be done soon, hopefully.
Thank you. Sorry. Journey.
Me?
You.
My name is Cherney. I am the main proprietor of Mountain Shade Village and all things Cherney Adventures on Twitch and TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and Patreon and other places that I can't think of right now. But I am very excited to see all of you wonderful folks doing excellent things here in Magic Academy. I'm so glad that you guys took the leap to start this wonderful stream. All four of you here and the two other players of the Book Brigade that are not present at the moment. It's so great to get to see you guys really getting into it and having a great time telling this story. So thank you guys for letting me be a guest today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks for
And-
guesting.
Yes, thank you for guesting. We're so happy to have you.
Having you is great. I can't wait for you to eventually betray us and cause PvP. 'Cause that's what I'm feeling right now.
Betray you in Betrayer's Run.
Yeah.
Betrayal in Betrayer's Run.
Sounds fake.
For those of you still here,
Introduced.
please make sure to give a like and subscribe. 27% of the viewers are not subscribed, so make sure that you get that. We do have our next lives pre-posted on YouTube, where you can click the notify button so you can get alerted when we go live. And comment below what was your best part. It helps me. I do want to check those and see what you guys are enjoying as well, and it gets a way to kind of talk to you guys as well. I do want to say thank you for everything. 600 followers on TikTok in the last month. It's been amazing. I do hope that once we hit over 1,000, we'll be able to do some streaming over there as well. We have a lot of plans for you. We're super excited. And yeah, remember to be kind to one another and